神話になる。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。A to Z。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。残酷な天使のように少年よ神話になる。残酷な天使のように少
Warning. Swearing may be used on this stream cause we're grown. If you are easily offended, tighten up. Content provided on this stream is intended for entertainment purposes only. It should not be construed as legal or medical advice, and should not be relied upon or acted upon, without retaining proper counsel. No copyright infringement and no commercial benefits intended. All copyright belongs to rightful owners. With that mouthful being said, buckle up.
Hi guys, welcome to another show of Foot Culture. Is it Foot Culture? I don't know, we'll get there. Welcome, my name is Tanya Vital. I am an actor for stage, TV, voiceover. You've probably seen me in things like Emmerdale, Pennyworth. I need to get some new names. I've done quite a lot of stuff. Kaching, if any of you remember Kaching. What have I been up to this week? Well, I've been up to a few things for Foot Culture. Foot Culture, for those who don't know, is an arts platform, a digital arts platform that I've created to showcase, to highlight, and to support underrepresented artists, mainly from the Yorkshire region where I'm from in the UK. But we're venturing out tonight, venturing further down the UK. Still underrepresented artists though, but we are going a bit niche tonight. Yeah, so this week, let me know in the chat if you can hear me, by the way, if I need to adjust my levels. This week we've been arranging some very special episodes for you. For all those who do remember Kaching, there is a really special episode coming up soon, in the next few weeks, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, been working on this wonderful episode that we've got for you tonight. And don't worry, if you're not into anime, trust me, you don't have to be into anime. If you're into like jokes and laughter and fun, this is for you. My mum proof watched the edit for me, and she was howling throughout watching this, and she even asked me to put on a list of anime things that she'd written down from the show. So if you've got a pen and paper, get a pen and paper, you'll be needing it later on. Okay, so what is Tanimaniacs? Tanimaniacs is a new anime podcast that I'm hoping to start. I'm a weeb. I'm a nerd, a blurred, a black nerd. We enjoy anime and all things alternative. And I'm hoping to make this a regular show, maybe once a month, something. And I'm joined by two wonderful guests. So my first guest is Safiyya Ingar. Safiyya trained at Arts Ed. She's another actor like myself. Her credits include The Canterville Ghost at Unicorn Theatre, Hobson's Choice at the Royal Exchange in Manchester, Captive Queen at the Globe, no less, Box of Delights, and Summer of Rockets with the BBC. Our next amazing guest is Luyanda. Let me say the whole name. Luyanda Unati Lewis-Nyawo. I hope I've said that right. Luyanda is also another actor from South Africa, but now here in England with us. She trained at the Royal Central School of Speech and Drama. Her credits include Generations with Chichester Theatre, Devs with FX, Doctor Who, Macbeth with Chichester Theatre, The Convert with Young Vic, and Apple Tree House with the BBC, and many, many more. I met Safiyya through our mutual friend Luke, who is another actor. But we'll get into that later. Luke, I hope you're watching, because this is your fault. You put us three together. How did I meet Luyanda? I met Luyanda through a writer friend of mine, Zodwa Nyoni. Zodwa, I hope you're watching. I met her at the Edinburgh Festival. They were doing a play called Khoisan Woman, I believe, which was about Sarah Bartman. And if you don't know about Sarah Bartman, go Google the whole story. And the Khoisan people. So that's how we met, and we just stayed in touch, and I'm so glad we did, because this is one of my favourite episodes that we've ever created for Foot Culture. I'm so proud of it. I'm so excited to show you all. It is pre-recorded, and most of you have been with us from week one know why. I'm streaming from a laptop, and laptops can't do a lot of things, particularly two things at once. So I have to pre-record a lot of my material, but don't worry. Your girl's with you in the live chat. I'm going to be all up in that chat. That way. All up in that chat. So get involved, make comments, ask questions. Luyanda and Safiyya are watching, so ask questions in the chat. I'm just going to be here drinking my gin and enjoying myself tonight. But I'll definitely be here. Some more things to mention. We will be, again, asking for donations for the artists. If you can donate, our PayPal is here. Buy them a coffee, £3, £2, 50 pence, a pound, whatever you've got. If you can, please try and support the artists. Our industry's been completely decimated. None of us have really got a job. And I want to mention, she probably doesn't want me saying this, but I want to. Luyanda is not. She's from South Africa, so she's not entitled to the same kind of support that Safiyya and myself are. So if we get any donations tonight, I'm going to be sending them all her way. And trust me, she earns them tonight. The girl earns them. You will be howling, okay? So the PayPal is there. If you can support, please do. If you can't, I understand. But if you can't, follow their socials. I'll be putting the socials in the chat. And share their work. Go to see their work when we're out of this. Follow them, not in the street, just on socials. Anything else I need to mention? Yeah, so it's going to be a pretty long stream tonight. So I'm going to stream the anime podcast bit, and then we're going to have an intermission, and then I might do another watch party. I've been doing watch parties on Twitch for public domain films and talking about acting techniques and things like that. The stream won't stay on Facebook, I don't think. I'll probably just do it on Twitch. But I think that's it for now. I think we should get into the episode. So let me turn off this music because it's loudy. Okay. All right, are you ready? I'm so excited. Here we go. Hey, welcome to another show of Foot Culture. This show doesn't have a name yet, but I think I might be going with Tanimaniacs. We'll see how that pans out. I am joined by Luyanda and Safiyya. Say hi, Luyanda and Safiyya. It's Safiyya, not Safiyya. I keep getting it wrong. I'm so sorry. Both of these lovely ladies, or both of these lovely people, should I say, are both actors, same as me. So do you want to just tell everybody a little bit about what you do? Who wants to go first?
Okay.
You go first.
Okay, cool. I'm Luyanda, but everybody calls me Unati. I'm an actress, stage and screen, I suppose, and I do voiceover work, mainly for Doctor Who, video games, and animation, and then sometimes some ads and stuff. But that's kind of how I roll.
Are you allowed to name drop any of the games?
The only one that I'm finally out of NDA for is Phoenix Point. I'm more general than that. But the rest are still under NDA, so I can't say a damn thing, although one of them's really exciting.
I know the feels.
Yeah.
Yeah. Safiyya?
Yes, hello.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm basically the same, really. I'm actor, mainly done theatre, and I love voiceover work, something that I'm really wanting to get into. I have done a few video games. The one that I can drop is another Eden, A Cat Beyond Time and Space, which is like a turn-based Japanese MMORPG type game. And yeah, I'm just doing the thing. I do whatever comes to me, really, and it's fun.
Yeah.
I'm just grateful.
Kind of all do.
You know what I mean? Like when it comes in, you're just like, okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Safiyya, welcome to live streaming, girl. Don't worry about it. It's very rare that we get to be choosy about what we do.
Yeah. I mean, like sometimes I like to draw like certain lines. There's like certain types of parts I won't take at all.
Yeah,
Just,
of
like,
course.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are you all doing now? I mean, I know it's pretty depressing for us all at the minute, especially as we're all actors and our industry's been decimated. So kind of like what are you up to pass the time?
I'm living my best weeb life, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've gone back to when I was 15, like in this time. All I do is watch anime and I play Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm just literally living my best nerd life. Yes. I stalked her on Instagram and I was like, she plays Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, see?
Yeah,
I told you the similarities.
I finished a session like 2 hours ago. Because I have like a main campaign that I play with my guys, and I was just like, yes. So that I'm making cosplay now. I've recently gotten really into cosplay because I've got quite a few friends in the London cosplay scene, and they kind of one of them dragged me into it, like in October MCM last year, and now I'm actually like making cosplays and stuff. So it's pretty gnarly, but I'm all right. I'm mentally like that, like it always has been. Because I have mental health problems as well, but it's actually been fine. And I've been fasting as well because it's been Ramadan, so that's been a nice like.
Wait a minute, it's Eid today, right?
Because it gives me a kind of Eid's on Sunday. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think
there's always
different.
A bit of a dispute about when it's going to be. Like all the communities are like, oh, it's going to be now, it's going to be, and then we're like, no, it's on Sunday now.
Right.
So yeah, it's been good. That's given me a routine as well, which has been nice.
Yeah.
Luyanda?
I've just been trying to stay working as much as I can. I've been doing a lot of video game work currently. Riot Games sent me
the booth.
home booth.
Yes.
To work with, just because I mean I'm on a tier 1 exceptional talent visa because I'm from South Africa. So I don't really qualify for much of any of the sport.
It's fucking shit, Tories. Sort it out.
Terrible. But yeah,
Please
I'm sort of in a fortunate position in that because I've got a good voiceover agent, work is still kind of coming in, or at least enough to keep me from not having to like move out of my place. Yeah. So that's been good. Other than that, it's been playing all the Dungeons and Dragons. I'm DMing 1, 2, 3 parties now.
I know nothing about
decided to do this,
Dungeons and
I
Dragons.
decided to newly become a DM like about a month ago. So
It's so
if it takes
cool.
organization.
It's so much fun. I have like so many books, like a stack of books this big. It's amazing. And I'm going to start running Descent into Avernus soon with 2 of my parties, and then I'm playing in another 3. And then Roll Dark is still doing D&D nights. They usually host them at pubs, but they're hosting them online now.
Nice.
Starting a new one with a bunch of random people on the 27th, next week, Wednesday.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we're all being weebs, dweebs,
Yes,
nerds,
watching
nerds,
anime.
the whole. So
I've made the mistake of getting Mortal Kombat.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah, and like I'm all the way in.
I saw the highlights for that. It looks gruesome.
It is brutal.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. It's amazing. And then what else? I've been playing Forgotten Anne, which is really, really good. The animation on it is incredible. And what else? Animal Crossing, because
that's a big one.
Yeah, that's because sometimes you just want to be cute on an island.
Yeah. That leads into the next question, actually. So I'm going to try and explain a little bit what anime is, and you might be able to help me out, ladies. But also kind of what is anime and why I got into it. So anime is a loose term. Basically in Japan, it's just a term for anything that's animated. But outside of Japan, we kind of use it as specific kind of styles of drawing that come out of Japan and from mangas usually and made into kind of series. One of the reasons I got into anime, so I got into it quite late, like I'll tell you which my first one was in a bit, but I wasn't really into it until a couple of years ago, really, like the way I am now. I was going through a really bad period in my life, and one of my friends, hi Zarina, she was big into anime. She was very big into the Japanese culture. Her partner was Japanese, and she was watching One Piece and all the stuff that people watch. Well, we watch, and she was like, anime is so motivational. Luffy's so motivational, and I was looking at her like, girl, you crazy. This is a cartoon. What are you Zarina, I hope you remember.
Yeah.
And she suggested kind of watching it to kind of improve my mood, because I was going through some mental health stuff and really bad time in my life, and I started watching One Piece, and literally that's how I became hooked. And now I am up to date with One Piece. So if nobody understands what that means, there are over nearly 2,000 episodes too.
Yeah, it's a long thing.
It's a commitment.
Yeah,
that's a relationship.
Yeah. So how did you both get into it, and why?
I suppose I got into it when I was sort of living out in South Africa. I was about how old? About 17, sort of 18, and at Brightwater Commons, Joburg by the Sea, even though it's landlocked, there was this little sort of anime kind of stall, sort of comic book, but mostly it specialized in anime and anime figurines, and then the comic book store was on the other side of the common. But I kind of wandered in there one day, and I was like, oh, this all looks really cool. So I bought the one that looked the coolest. It was Helsing, and I got that, and then I was totally hooked. Like from that point, I just wanted to watch as much as I can, find out as much as I can. I just find the stories. I think because you have the form of the animation, you can go so much further conceptually.
Yeah.
And I don't just mean that in terms of world building. I also mean it in terms of like human interaction and stuff.
Emotional.
Emotional implications. You can go so much further.
Mm-hmm. Safiyya?
I'm one of those people where anime has been with me since day one. Whether it was on the background without me realizing or like very in my face. So Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, Beyblade, like all the cartoons that used to come on Saturday morning when I was little, and I didn't know it was anime. That was the thing. Like it wasn't, I didn't know that there was like the anime was a thing. And then on the Studio Ghibli films, so like Kiki's Delivery Service was the first one I watched, and that was purely by accident. Like my dad used to call me Kiki when I was little. He still does, like a little nickname that he has for me. And then one day we're like scrolling through the channels. I think I was like 6 or 7 years old. And he was just like, oh, there's a movie that has your name with it. And I was like, oh, we're going to watch it. And then I clicked it and it was a cartoon. And I was like, Dad, can we watch it? And we did. And that's how I fell in love with Ghibli. And then everything else just sort of slotted into place. And then I think kind of like you, like when I went through a lot of mental health stuff, I've been suffering from mental health problems since I was a child. And when I was like 10, 11 years old, that's when it sort of started hitting its peak. And that sort of continued for like 5 or 6 years. So a lot of my early teenage life, anime was my pure escape. Because I was completely immersed in it. It was my life. It stopped me from committing suicide. It was obviously trigger warnings and stuff, but like it stopped me from feeling that sort of way because these characters were just so strong and powerful, literally and physically and mentally. And even though they're kids, most of them, they were like fighting the maddest odds. And it genuinely made me feel like everything that was going on up here was fine because these kids were getting the crap kicked out of them. Literally, but like big demons and monsters, but they were okay because they were strong and they had their friends. And I'm one of those people where like, when people are like, anime isn't a personality, I'm like, it's my personality. Like, it literally, it raised me.
Who says that? And let's go find them.
Let's go and teach them a lesson.
Literally, because, like, especially growing up, being one of the only kids who likes anime, y'all know that feeling. Where everyone is just like, oh my God, what is it? Like, you watch cartoons, like, what the hell? Or like, oh my God, it's so immature. And I'm just there like, nah, it hits something in my brain, whether that's weird to you or not. To me, it makes sense, and it allows me to exist in a world where I understand, and it makes me into a better person. I don't see why that's a bad thing.
Exactly,
that's me, really.
So true. Like people who don't watch anime or don't know anything about it and compare it, liken it to cartoons, they don't understand the depths. Like cartoons that we've been used to. I'm a bit older than you, Safiyya, a little bit. A lot, and the cartoons that we were brought up on, they were good and stuff, but they don't hit you in the same way. So that kind of emotional support that they give, like, can't explain it. You just have to feel it. So going to our entry kind of anime, I think most of us have mentioned Studio Ghibli. I'm just going to show the clip here. This was the first movie I ever saw of anime, so Spirited Away.
That was
and I think here we've got Totoro.
My neighbor Totoro. My Totoro. I have my Totoro here.
I want to get my Totoro. He's in the other room.
My little backpack.
Have you seen the big bean bags that you can get? Oh my God,
I need
one in my life.
I don't even need a bed. I just need that. Sleep on the floor in the bean bag.
It's perfect.
So was that? Am I assuming that's right? That we all kind of entered through Ghibli. You said Kiki, which is a Ghibli one.
I mean, I suppose my first Studio Ghibli was I think My Neighbor Totoro, to be fair. I think it was, but then it's all kind of a blur because once I found them, then I started looking for every single last one. A Grave of the Firefly still has to be my favorite. And if anybody tells you that cartoons are immature and there aren't deep themes, guys,
they've never seen
the trauma.
If you watch that film and you don't cry, you're dead inside.
You're heartless. You need to see a priest or
an
imam or something. Something's wrong with you.
You're a demon. You're actually a demon. You're not a person. You're not a person.
Let me see if I can show you my favourite, which is always a random one, I find. But it literally is my favourite, so I'm going to show it. My Neighbours, the Yamadas.
Oh,
have you seen it?
I have seen that one. It's on my list because now it's on Netflix. I'm getting to it.
Let me tell you about this film, okay? It's one of the least favourite, like in any list, it's never there. It's kind of always at the bottom of the favourites of Ghibli. But I'm telling you, when I first saw this film, as I saw it as an adult, it spoke to me as an adult. I didn't watch the dub version first. I watched the Japanese version. And kind of with subs, you have to pay, you know, it stands to reason, you're reading, so you have to pay more attention. But the comedy in My Neighbours the Yamadas is so clever, and it's definitely kind of aimed at adults, so I would definitely recommend that one.
Okay.
I will watch it.
Sure. I will watch it.
On your name.
Tonight.
Yeah, watch it. I think it's on it's Netflix.
Yeah, they finally started getting the lies that they told. 1st of February, it'll all be there, and then there was only 4. I was very angry.
Yeah, they've been.
Oh yeah, because they released them like incrementally. It was just like you liars. Like
Guys,
House Castle was one of the last to come out. I was like,
I know.
You don't hold Hal. Why would you hold Hal from me?
That should have been in the first release. Like, what the hell?
What are you doing?
They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. They wanted to get more subscribers. Yeah, fair game. You did what you needed to do.
Yeah.
So let's talk about kind of favorite genre. Well, not necessarily favorite genres, because you might not realize the genres that you kind of. We all gave a list to each other, and the genres that came up. So my kind of go-to genres are. I'm a Gemini, so I'm psychopathic. I am opposite pole as extreme. So my genres are always horror and slice of life. So Ghibli stuff, Promised Neverland, which we will get to, Attack on Titan, which is brutal, Tokyo Ghoul, let me go down this list really quick. Shiki, which is there's only one season of Shiki. It is fucking amazing, and the music is out of this world. It's about vampires. It's sick.
Ooh.
Demon Slayer, obviously, and then you've got on your slice of life, so your Natsume Yujin Cho, Disappearance of Haruhi Suzumiya. That kind of thing. So genres. Tell us. I can guess from your list, but do you want to kind of have a think about what your genres are?
I mean, anyone with a blade, really. Like, I have, I'm a little bit of an Asiaphile, and I've got like a thing about samurai.
Yep, I know.
I'm wearing a kimono right now. Like, I've got a thing about samurai. So yeah, I kind of live for that. So Demon Slayer has been loads of fun for me. I don't know why people hate on Demon Slayer so much.
They do.
They must all take the seats, right? People. But I mean, Attack on Titan kind of fulfills that crazy urge in me as well, because it's sword wielders now, it's swordsmen, but now they're like amped up to the next level, and it's just such a brilliant show. It's absolutely brutal. But I mean, I guess for me, like, I never really sort of think about genre, because I really enjoyed Vinland Saga as well, which is like, which is like a historical.
Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga, what a...
Do you want to explain what Vinland Saga is to like briefly to people who don't know?
Okay, cool. So, colonizers, ne?
She's about to get into it.
I'm speaking to the colonizers because sometimes they don't even know their own history.
They don't even know.
They don't even know. So, like, England is made up of many things. The Angles and the Saxons and the Danes and the what's. That whole thing, how that happened, and the Romans and all of that. Go read a book. Right. All of that happened. So it's kind of set during that period. And this family that live in Greenland somewhere, in Iceland somewhere. Not Greenland, sorry, Iceland somewhere. No, Greenland, is it? I can't recall. Like, somewhere cold, somewhere where people live. And so they're like rallied to come through with these bunch of Vikings, and this young boy's dad is one of like the most badass warriors. So they come and they fetch him, but it's all a ploy to get him killed. And then like that should happen. So then it's a revenge story. So it's a revenge story, and now it's kicking off, and it follows this young boy from when he's about 6, 7 odd years old, all the way up until he's about 19, 20. And but then like it branches off into history and these other things, and I mean, like, I wouldn't call it like a historical pick, because obviously they embellish and they shift things around for narrative purposes, but like, it's beautiful, it's brutal, it's heartwarming.
Have you read the manga?
I haven't read the manga.
I'm getting stressed out. No one's read them. I'm up to date.
I've not even seen Vinland Saga or read the manga, so I can't even help you out.
Y'all, it's on Amazon Prime. Hit it up. I think that's why it's one of the most slept on anime of 2019, because it was on Amazon Prime. If it was on Crunchyroll, it'd be battling with My Hero Academia and Demon Slayer as number one. Guaranteed. It's one of the most sensational bits of storytelling I've ever seen in my whole life.
Wow.
Thorfinn, who's the main character, you get him. He is so human, and you watch this journey, and he isn't just some like Bakugo or Sasuke type. He's like, my guy. It hits him so hard. What happens to him?
You cry with him.
My baby, I can't.
I would like I was weeping. I was like, this is too much. Like, I actually have taken in emotional packs. Like, I actually can't handle this much. It's I don't know how how the Japanese actually deal with it, because I'm like, that's too much. Like
I'm literally making his cosplay now.
Oh,
like that's my
awesome.
main that's my main cosplay project right now. I'm making Thorfinn.
Oh yes, can't wait
He's
to
my
see that.
baby.
One that came up on all of our lists is obviously Attack on Titan. Now, for those who don't know anything about Attack on Titan, Luyanda kind of briefly summarized it about being, what did you say, swordsman? But beyond that?
Yeah, but beyond that, it's Shakespearean. That's the thing, that like whenever somebody asks me, because I always do this with people, because I know a few people who like to
Ask
watch
3 actors
dubs,
about anime.
and like I'm like, enjoy
Yes,
the media however
Bailey,
you wanna
wagwan.
enjoy it.
Right, yeah,
I'm gonna watch subs, right? And there's something, because I find there's something that's lost in the translation.
Absolutely.
The quality that Japanese people speak with that is not Western.
Yes.
And I find that the Western voice artists can't capture that, can't capture the same stakes a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And when you watch, like, because I got Funimation on my Amazon Prime when I
Thank
got
you for
this,
the share,
when I got
Bailey
my Teddy,
P.
and
Hope to
what
see you
was annoying
soon.
is that I couldn't watch a lot of the animes in Japanese, and then I
Yeah.
was like, fuck it, I'm getting my Crunchyroll back again. And I watched a little bit of an episode of Attack on Titan in the English, and I actually just couldn't do it. It was so wrong.
Yeah.
Because it's
jarring.
It's
so jarring.
Shakespearean. It is epic. It is a world in which people have been living behind walls for many, many years because of some sort of doctrine passed down to them religiously and by the government. And then one day the wall is kicked open by a fucker of a
fucking titan.
Like a fucker of like, imagine
The deaths in the first episode.
Dude,
the first episode,
deaths,
everything
guys.
just.
Did you see the comment I put on Did you see the comment I put on the group the other day? Somebody was like, "Oh, I've just watched the first season of Attack on Titan. So many people died." I was like, "Don't worry,
You don't even
nobody
know.
else dies."
Guys, you have no idea. Like, don't get attached to anybody.
Anybody.
God
Unless it's
damn.
Levi, because he's babe.
I mean, Levi.
Levi.
I mean, also to be fair, because of my bisexual ass, Mikasa is also bae. Yo,
Right.
Mikasa Ackerman. Jesus.
Yeah, I'm
Because
I'm a bit of a Armored Titan lover. But I do read the manga of Attack on Titan, so I understand how annoying it is when you are years ahead. I think there's 3 seasons of the anime out now?
Yeah, 3.
Attack on Titan.
I'm like, I ordered the mangas and they're still like coming through from eBay, but I think I'm just not going to read them.
Don't, it will ruin it.
Yeah, because I love the show. I really do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read them after they've decided to cancel the show. When the show is done, then I'll be like,
one more season. I think they're doing one more season.
and that's it.
Yeah,
they're drawing a line under it.
What? No.
When I tell you, Jesus effing Christ.
Okay, the animation alone. First of all, that team. How are you?
How
drawing
excited she gets! I
someone
love it.
Flying through the air, doing a somersault, flipping onto the head of a titan, slashing, spinning, then Steve erupts, then more titans come, then more seven corps also descend.
It's Levi when he's going to the alleyway and he's flipping and he's got under the and he's on the floor like.
And he's only my size. He's like 5 foot tall.
Dude, you're like,
he's 33.
Well, you see,
deal.
He's 33 and that is fine. Because
Black don't crack. I know he's not black, but we're claiming him. We're claiming him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Another
one that's on both of your lists.
Actually, one last thing on Attack on Titan. Go. Especially the English dub. What annoys me is that all of the accents are American, which means clearly you didn't watch the show.
Yes,
it's people from all over the world.
Yes.
You.
Yes, so there are many cultures in the town. What is the town called? I can't even remember.
Because it's Wall Mario. Which one's first?
The first wall is Wall Mario.
Yeah. Then it's Wall Rose.
And then the others.
Wall Rose, yeah.
And then I can't remember the last one.
Yeah, I can't remember the middle one.
But like. That's the most frustrating thing for me, is because Mikasa is Japanese and is adopted by a German family.
Levi is, I think.
And Levi's also Japanese, and so that's I mean, essentially what it is that the world.
I still don't know the Ackerman secret,
day,
but
it's not Corona, right? It's
if
just
you
a
know
bunch
it,
of
hit me
titans,
up.
and they all eating us, and we all run to one place.
No.
That would be a multicultural place, no? So
Yeah,
we're all
exactly.
accents, fucking American. Sorry, I'm done.
Also, also there needs to be some people of color up in there because
Yeah,
Well,
that's
there's one, isn't there? I can't. Well, we've got one.
we always get the one.
Don't forget the one.
We've got them.
Sasha is. I don't think it's explicitly explained, but Sasha is supposed to be a brown girl. So.
Oh, the very light-skinned brown
not
girl, which is
Sasha.
fine. You can
It's
get light-skinned
Ymir.
brown girls, but I thought she was just
But
like.
she also has straight hair as well, so yeah,
You know
my
what I mean?
brain
I was
went.
very confused, but also I now understand because girl likes to eat as much as I do. Potatoes.
Or maybe I'm wrong. No, maybe I'm saying the wrong name. It's not. Maybe it's not Sasha. Are you there yet? Yes, you've seen it. The girl who is a Titan, and I don't mean Annie. She steals.
Ymir.
Oh, Ymir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ymir.
Yeah. She's brown. She's brown girl.
Okay, cool, awesome.
Yeah. So we've got one.
Does not look brown to me, but okay.
She look white as hell, but okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Also, I had nightmares for weeks with Attack on Titan. Like, no joke. It was traumatizing. I could not sleep for weeks. It was so bad.
That is one thing about again the length you can go to with it being an animation. Some of this, I mean, I'm going to get to it a bit later on, but jump in if you need to. But some of the stuff is fucking. I mean, you just mentioned Mortal Kombat. That shit's pretty much the same as some of the animes. Like you will watch stuff that they can't even put into films. Like it is
You know what I
crazy.
mean? And also like the stakes of the matter, like the way that Attack on Titan deals with the idea of the state being dangerous for people.
Yes.
And the way that it deals with the ideas of class structures.
Yeah,
And
corruption.
societal structures and corruption. And the way that it deals with people facing war, all out war. The soundtrack, Hirowana Soyuki, sorry, is one of my favorite composers because he's just incredible. The soundtrack, it hits you, man. Like you're like, oh. I'm gonna play it. I want to fight. Like
yes. It does. It rallies you, doesn't it? It rallies you. There's another song that
where it's like Sasageyo.
I'm just like, people think we're crazy right now, but I'm telling you, that's one of the questions I wanted to ask. Like, favorite, because animes tend to change their intros every season. So
sometimes every 12 episodes.
Yeah. So that is only for. Is it the first season? I think. No.
Sageyo's second
season. Yeah. So where was I going with this? Yeah, that's it. So like the way these anime, the intros rally you up. So have you got any other favorites? There is one I'm going to play a little bit later, but if you
one from Vinland Saga, that song.
Survive Said the Prophet. It's good.
On my freaking it's on my playlist.
They're on my workout playlist. They're on my chill out playlist. Listen, if I want to run, this is the thing about anime soundtracks. Because they drive you, they will motivate you to go to the ends of the earth because you hear those characters' voices in your head and you're like, they're running. In the opening, Naruto's like, leg distance. I'm like, Naruto, wait up, I'm coming with you. And I'm like, oh. So all the Naruto openings are on my like workout playlist. The Survive Said the Prophet, who do the openings for Vinland Saga and Banana Fish.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
Banana Fish. I that wasn't on my list, but I love Banana Fish.
Oh,
so good.
You'll love it, Luyanda. It deals with all sorts of like deep stuff.
Excellent.
It's like it's genuinely triggering, but
it is
awesome.
But they do amazing openings. And then for me recently, what song is it? Have you guys seen Given?
No.
Maybe
now. I'm
let me look on my
got a notebook
because I watch so much and then I actually don't know what any of the names are.
Given.
It's basically about I'm not going to give too much away, but it covers a lot of mental health stuff, which is so important. And one of the
I've not seen Given.
It's so gorgeous, and it's like the main characters are gay as well, which is so gorgeous. And one of the main characters sings a song in episode 9. I've never cried so much to a song in the middle of an anime than I have at that, because this one song he pours out his heart and soul, and literally everyone who's watching him in the anime is just like, what the hell is happening? Because he's just screaming into the mic about how he feels about someone, and it's just like, it hits different.
I've already got goops. Like, oh my god, here we go.
Let's not peek too soon.
But yeah, I just check out Given. It's gorgeous.
All the Ghibli stuff as well, actually. In fact, the entire soundtrack to Spirited Away is another kind of, if anybody's stressed, just put that on and you. Yeah,
in the background, steady.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so where are we now with the questions?
I can talk about Attack on Titan all day.
Luyanda, something that was on yours and my list was let's get into Demon Slayer. Why? I haven't heard that people are not liking it.
I'm on like a couple of weeb groups on like, the Discord and the Twitch and the Facebooks and the things and the Instagram, like we all are, because
you mean the elitist?
Yeah, there's and you're like, but guys, you're not taking this I understand that you're looking for a swordsman anime, but like, can we all just chill? We'll never have another Ninja Scroll. Calm your fucking thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like Ninja Scroll happened, it was great, 1987, whatever, it's all done now. Can we move on? And also the thing is, the story, like you were saying as well, Safiyya, like it's kids going through the most intense stuff. Tanjiro is a child.
He's like 12. Is it, how old is he? 12?
He's a little baby.
He's a little baby.
He's a kid.
He's a kid, and he's carrying his dead vampire sister on his back everywhere to make her human again. And he cut a rock, a boulder the size of an SUV, with a sword.
Not straight away though. He had to.
No. I know he had to work at it because anime is character building. It's character building. He had to work at it
too. Did you
see? He went through ting, and like but at first at that moment I thought, oh, that's a little bit anticlimactic. But then I looked at it like with the themes and what it was doing and the symbolism, because I don't want to give any spoilers.
Yeah.
But like with the symbolism, I was like, oh my god, that is so beautiful. And then when he goes to do the test and he finds out the stories, and you're like, you are crying at this time. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. These are children, and this book. Whenever I'm feeling, because I also like have mental health issues as well. I've got anxiety and depression. And whenever like I'm feeling like down on like low, or I can't get out of bed, or like it's just one of those days where I'm like, fuck it, or like I'd rather be dead right now, or whatever. Like I just remember that boy just saying, I will find a cure no matter what. I just remember like you getting up and this child beaten down to the ground. That last fucking boss fight. Beaten. Like beaten, and he's still like, you know what? I will show you.
I will do this. Yeah,
I will do this. Yeah.
It's funny. A lot of people in the, just to touch just lightly on the mental health stuff. A lot of people in the arts suffer with various mental health issues. I'm not sure why, but it's kind of a common theme with actors. But anime is definitely something. I mean, it is almost. I don't want to say it's therapy because that's probably irresponsible, but it was definitely my therapy.
It is. I think it is because there isn't. This is the thing. Like, I've never gone to like straight up therapy before because I have my own qualms about it, and I don't like approaching someone who acts like they understand me when they don't. Right. Because I did that a lot when I was little. Had a lot of counselors where they were like, I understand you. And I'm like, tell me about your life.
Patronizing.
And they'll be like, this white middle class woman who has the perfect family, who has never suffered any sort of, they've never been poor, they've never had to suffer any sort of addictions in their family or anything like that. And I'm just like, so you don't understand me, so don't patronize me.
Right.
And yet these fictional characters who, again, were battling all the odds against all the elements, they were more relatable to me because I saw my demons in the demons they were facing.
Exactly.
And I was like, yo, that nine-tailed fox is trapped inside me too.
Do you know that nine-tailed fox?
the second I'm friends with it and the second I realize that I'm in control of it, then that's when my life's going to get better. I won't let it ruin me, because I went through a point in my life where I was toxic. I didn't realize I was. That demon fox was taking over me, and there was a point where I was like, I need this to stop, because it's going to ruin me.
Right.
And I became in charge. I fist bumped Kurama, the demon fox, and I was like, "Are we friends now? Because we're not doing this
no more."
Okay?
Exactly, and we're
gonna work together.
Yeah. That's what I find. That's a lot. There's a lot of those kinds of themes in anime. Even with something like Mob Psycho 100, where like he has all of this power, but he just doesn't want to hurt anyone.
Yeah.
And like and like what you're saying about like your internal demons, like that's the same for, like I see it that way as well. I'm like, listen, well, I'm never going to get rid of you because you're a part of me. Yeah. Like you're inside of me. But what I can do is I can be like Tundra. I can be like Eren and tame the Titan inside of me and learn to control it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Live in a way that's more fulfilling, because it gives you real tangible examples that you can relate to. And because it's so emotionally engaging, you buy it.
Yes.
You go with it.
Oh, guys, I love this chat. What are some of the most obscure or random animes you've seen? I was watching a live that somebody was doing. I think it was a Black Anime podcast was doing a live on Instagram the other day, and they mentioned a few that I'd not seen, and I wish I'd have written them down because I could have pulled them up. But like, if anything comes to me in mind, like what's some of the, and I know anime is random and obscure anyway, but I mean like fucking weird.
There's one that I watched. I had like an anime date online with my friend, which was so lovely, and we watched this anime called Golden Boy. Now, I feel like this is something that needs to be addressed.
Okay.
Because everyone knows that, like, with people of color and women, anime aren't really a fan sometimes. Like, if you're able to look past those sort of problems, you'll get along with anime.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, that one anime comes along where you're like, why? Why'd you have to be like, it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Golden Boy was one of those animes. Apparently, it's like a cult classic. It's so random, and it's about this guy who is a massive pervert and just wants to do right. And because he's a massive pervert, but he's a good guy, everyone just sort of forgives what he does. And I'm like, listen, I don't care. You don't need to be unnecessarily pervy to women. It's not necessary to the storyline. It's not necessary to anything. Just stop.
Yeah.
But that was probably the most obscure thing I've ever seen, because I remember sitting there like 4 a.m. we were still watching it, and I was like, dude, what are you showing me? Like, what is this nonsense? And he was just like, oh, this is fine. But I, as a woman, was sat there going, I would knock this guy out.
Right.
No,
FTC does not endorse violence. Unless you need to get punched in the throat.
Meliodas in Seven Deadly Sins. I don't know if you guys have seen Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah.
But Meliodas,
because of that, I haven't watched it yet.
Like, Meliodas straight up sexually assaults
all the time.
Elizabeth all the time in the very first episode where he meets her.
And it's like cutesy and funny.
Her. Yeah. But it's like, oh my God, Meliodas is like endearing and hot, and he's actually like 5,000 years old, so it's okay. It's like, no, it isn't okay.
That's why I don't watch Eki, because there's a lot of female subjugation in some genres of anime, and I'm just like, nah, that's not my...
So I'm not about that life, which is why I stick to shonen, because I'm like, even though it isn't as... like, there is some hints of it there, I'm just like, I can ignore you. Mm-hmm. Like, I sat through the whole 7 Deadly Sins because of characters like Ban, who are amazing and hot and very respectful, and I'm just like, oh, you're a babe. Oh my God, and you're so hot, and you wear leather. I'm down for that.
So someone showing their kinks, that's good.
Luyanda, any random ones? Well, I'll tell you mine quickly. Mine's Demon City Shinjuku. Demon City put your teeth in. Demon City Shinjuku. Jesus Christ, there's some weird shit in that. There's like I mean, it's very overtly sexual and kinky in kind of weird kinky ways. I mean, if that's your bag, go do what you need to do. But that was one of the first animes I saw, and I was like, Jesus Christ, there's people coming out of stomachs, and it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It's cray.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't again, the same sort of like barometer applies, right? Barometer, that's absolutely not the right word for the context, but the same kind of, scale applies. Because you can do anything in anime, you can do anything in anime, like anything. So, this is why we have hentai.
For those people.
For those people.
And if you know what that is, oh, you naughty buggers.
I find that a lot though. Whenever I tell people I like anime, they go, "Oh, you mean hentai?" And I'm like,
"No, different thing."
And then I'm like, "Oh, so even when I say manga, they're like, "Oh, you mean hentai?" And I'm like, No. Hentai is porn. Hentai literally means like pervert. Like it's not the same thing like,
at all. It's like going up to somebody who's like, "I love Breaking Bad," and you're like, "Oh, is that BDSM porn?" Like, no, it's not. You can't say the same thing. Do you know what I mean?
It's
like,
not
that's actually a good comparison.
Yeah, it actually is. And like every Westerner that I've met that doesn't know what anime is, they always immediately assume that I mean
yeah, because they're dirty bastards.
Yeah, nasty,
nasty. They're showing themselves.
Nasty,
themselves.
Yeah. Did you choose one?
My weirdest. The thing is, I'm terrible. I'm like this, and like I'm gonna out myself a bit. I'm like this even at the theater. Like if you don't have me in the first 40 minutes, I'm out.
You see, I can't. I have to force myself to watch stuff because I'm an idiot.
I mean, because the thing. I mean, like I think it's because I've sat through so much weirdness. And I've lost hours of my life. Yeah. And now, like, I'm not losing any more hours. So, like, I can't think of anything obscure that's, like really strange. I mean, I suppose Paprika's not really that obscure, but I found that really interesting.
Paprika's amazing.
It is quite, it's different compared to a lot of,
Yeah. And what else did I really like? And I know this isn't that obscure as well, but most people kind of don't know about The Devil is a Part-Timer.
Yeah, I'd never seen that. I've never seen it. I started watching it.
Good. It's so cute. I love it so much. The devil has to work at McDonald's. And then the angel works at the equivalent of KFC because they come over. So they're busy fighting this epic battle in like their nether realm, like between demons and devils. He's the king of hell. And this like angel creature who comes out of the sword and shit. And then he opens up this portal and they don't know what realm of existence they're jumping into. And they jump into normal time. And they've got to live like normal people.
I'm sure. Does the angel look a bit like Jesus?
No, she doesn't.
Or is it she?
It's a she.
Yeah. My friend Zarina, hi Zarina, who got me into anime, she watched something that sounds very similar. Hi Zarina.
It
was Jesus. I'm sure it was Jesus and the devil, and that sounds really like shit. But
Jesus, a black cat, a god and something. Is that not Norigami?
No, not Norigami. It's like way older than that. But okay. So what is that again? The
devil is a part-timer.
Devil is a part-timer.
It's so good, and like they have battles because the only way that they can fight is by getting more customers into their fast food restaurants. It's the best fucking thing. Like if you just need like a really good like pick me up, it's excellent. And then obviously there's subterfuge and stuff action going on. Yeah. But like that's the main premise.
Oh, that's going on the list. I think we've pretty much covered worst ones. Luyanda doesn't deal with worst. Safiyya, anything that's worst for you? This might also come up in one you'll defend to the death. I don't know.
As in worst ones?
Well, me and you might be arguing about our favourite and worst ones when we get to that.
Okay. I'm a bit of a stickler for artwork. I'm not an artist. I am not claiming I can do any better. But there's something about my attention deficit. Like, if it doesn't catch
I know
me,
what you're going to say. You're going to say JoJo's Adventure.
No, I'm quite intrigued by that.
That hurts my eyes, man.
Devilman Crybaby. I had a friend recommend it to me. Hi, Ray. I had a friend recommend it to me, and I was like, the artwork ain't catching me. I'm sorry. There's been a couple where my friends have been like, "Oh, check this out. Check that out."
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't mind it actually, but yeah, I see what you mean. It's very busy. But JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for me is like, it gives me a headache, boy.
Yeah, like I tried. I just don't like the style at all. I don't know why. I just don't enjoy it.
Yeah, same.
and I suppose it's what makes it hard for me to get into it. Like yeah, and I'm not wasting any more time. If it doesn't hit me in 40 minutes, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like I'm out.
I think what's hard about anime is like, especially now it's become more mainstream. I think I have a slight weeb chip on my shoulder from being the kind of kid who was always bullied for liking anime, and now everyone likes it, and I'm just like, okay, cool, I see y'all.
Where are y'all ads?
I'm like, okay. But it's like when an anime is too overhyped, and then I watch it, and then I'm like, sigh.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan got that though. Attack on Titan, like a lot of people hated it just because of how popular it is, but it's fucking amazing.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's absolutely, because I mean, when did we find Attack on Titan? It was like a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like it was just one of those things that we sort of like accidentally watched. We had The Devil is a Part-Timer, Attack on Titan, and Verges on the Gargantuan Sea, which is also brilliant.
Not seen that.
It's a mecha anime, but
I don't like mecha.
no, wait, let me tell you.
Okay, I really don't like mecha.
Wait. So, like, they're fighting this galactic war, and they're inside these mecha suits, right?
Yeah.
And they don't know any better, and they've been born as generators of fighters. And then this one straggling fighter, like, gets sucked into, like, a whirlpool and gets lost.
Yeah.
And then he lands, like, in this society that lives in the ocean, but, like, on, like, sort of like oil rigs, like, all stacked up.
Nice.
And they don't have any of that technology, yeah? So he arrives, and he's got this mecha, and he has no idea how to be a human. So like they put him to like work. So he gets his mecha to like help like build the community. And it's just like it's really beautiful and it's really sweet. And he falls in love with this girl. He learns how to be more human, and his mech suit actually learns how to be more human. And he realizes that like what they're doing back home is actually completely like it's no more spoilers.
Okay.
But, like it's not your average mecha.
Okay, Verges of the Gargantuan Sea. So for people that don't know what mecha is, it's pretty much what it sounds like, kind of robot-y, machinery,
Gundam,
like
I never liked Gundam.
Transformer kind of. No. All right. So favorite male or female or both, or anybody in between characters, and they don't have to be from your favorite anime. I'll go first. I guess I won't. I lied. Somebody else go.
I'd say my top 3 right now.
I say in between
forever,
because Tokyo Godfathers
he's my baby,
has
he's
got
my love, he's my first love.
a trans character.
He saved me from so much, and I feel like so I'm wearing my Naruto thingy.
Oh yeah.
With the flames and everything. I'm here for it. Then Emma from The Promised Neverland.
Yeah.
Listen, I never want children. But if I was to have a child, it would be Emma. Emma is my little baby. I would defend her to the end. She is just, I love her so much. She's just so wonderful. I actually love her. And then Toph from Avatar.
Oh, okay, cool. If we're going to go there, we're going to make things hard for me now.
Oh! Okay,
let's discuss this Avatar thing, because it's literally not on my list, and I'm going to cause some heat here. I don't even class it as an anime. Okay, so
that's fair.
maybe we're jumping the gun with. Is this the one that you would defend to the death?
I would defend this to death.
All right, let's hold off on that. So, favorite male or female or in between characters?
Luyanda.
So Mikasa Ackerman, because she can get it. She can get it any day of the week. Like, she can just roll up and I'm gonna be like,
"Hey, girl.
Hey, miss. What you like, miss? How you doing, miss?
Hey."
Hey. And then Alucard from Hellsing.
Alucard, oh my jeez.
The only English dub that I actually like is the Hellsing one, because it was done by a British company and all of the voice actors were shit hot. And the man who voiced Alucard's voice.
Is it not Richard? It sounds like I don't want to say.
I don't know who that is, but his baritone.
I think I know it is, yeah.
Is unbelievable. And then obviously Alucard is just insanely sexy and clad in leather buckles and can fuck your shit up any day of the week. And he looks kind of kinky, and I'm into that, so it's fine. And then now this one's gonna be tough. I know this is going to be crazy because it's a split between these two women from Avatar, but it's Toph or Azula.
I have
She's
no idea.
batshit nuts.
She's shocked.
My girl is a straight up sociopath.
She's a sociopath.
She is a
Is she a
straight
villain?
up-
Is she one of the
Yeah,
villains?
she's a villain.
Yeah.
She is insane, and she can bend blue fire and lightning. Like she's like, but she's nuts. But I respect her madness. Like I respect her commitment to being.
No, I get you. I get you. I get
Sometimes
you.
you have to. I often like the villains. I can't speak for Avatar because I don't. It's not my bag. But yeah, definitely. I like villains a lot. So I guess favorite male character. This is really random, and you don't see him very much. But I don't know. There's something about him that I love so much. So have you seen Hunter x Hunter?
Yeah,
Not yet. It's next on my list.
All right.
They
So
have
when you
no
get to
idea who
Killua-
this character
Killua's
is. Watch their
granddad-
face.
Killua's granddad is one of my favorite.
They're like, who?
He's not Bay by any stretch, but I love that guy, and I want him to be my granddad. And favorite female characters. Why do I like him? I like him so much because he looks old and frail, but he will break you in two with just his finger.
Yes.
So it's kind of like, don't judge a book by its cover sort of thing. Female characters, yeah, probably Mikasa. Is it right, Mikasa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at my list. Oh no, I lied. I actually told a big bald-faced lie. My favorite female character is she called she's in Shiki. She's God, I haven't seen it for so long. She's one of the vampires. Megami from Shiki. She's a psychopath. And she's one of those villains that's kind of all like, she speaks really sweetly, but she'll just kill you in the same breath. And
Oh, yeah.
Excellent. Love
Megami.
it. Love it.
All right, so who is Bay then? So we might have touched on it, but I need to know who is Bay and why.
Uncle Iroh.
Uncle Iroh. I was, when she mentioned the grandpa, I was like, if Uncle Iroh raised me, I don't even know the kind of human I'd be right now.
Do you know what I mean?
I'd be this level ascension. I'd be a goddess. I'd be like,
do you know what I mean? Then,
like
man, and a cup of tea and the bars he drops.
right. Literally,
And
he just
that
be like,
episode-
listen to yourself. Oh my God, I
That
can't.
leaves on the vine. Oh,
Have you? When he's thinking about his son, bitch.
He's like
God.
dead inside, dead. I wept. I was like, please stop this. It's too much. I'm starting to cry. Fucking hell.
I wish he was my dad, like so badly. I love him so. Like, there's a place in my heart for Uncle Iroh that would never go away. It's there.
I'm gonna get that tattooed. Yeah, I'm gonna get Uncle Iroh tattooed.
Yeah, do it.
That's happening.
Do it. Okay, when we're talking about Bae, do we mean like hottest, like
Absolutely
fittest
hottest, fittest. Yeah.
specimen?
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Specimen, okay.
yeah, I guess, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna just say this out loud, and all of my friends that will watch this will know this about me. I'm a thirster. I am so thirsty.
Wait for it.
So many anime characters, it isn't even funny.
But why?
Oh,
Well, let's explain this, because why do we thirst over anime characters? Because it sounds pathetic to people who
No.
don't understand.
You know why?
They have so many. Go, tell us why.
Their personalities, the way they correct themselves, the way they have this inner reflection that no man I've ever met has possessed. I was
possessed. I'm like, so
Like,
you're
how
about
conceited.
growing. You're about growing. You know,
It's-
you're
and
about
you see it.
Working with.
working with.
Oh, It's,
I can mess with that.
it's next level.
Wait
and
for
then
her-
also,
wait
like,
for
I
her
don't know what
answer,
it is about. I don't
please.
care if it's a cartoon. Sue me. They just look aesthetically so pleasing. I'm like,
We're getting there.
Delicious.
honey. And the girls, you're just like,
And it's the tone of their voice, like they're.
There's just gravitas, man, and you're just.
She's in the chat. She can see me.
Especially when they
Just wait.
fight. Men that can fight, that's
right.
my thing.
Yeah, but we're not talking like
drunken street fights here. We're talking like
I'm talking eloquent. Like you've got the stance.
You know what I mean?
The
Kung
strength.
Fu, Silat, Muay Thai, like Jiu-Jitsu, Ninjutsu,
Genjutsu,
Kendo,
Itachi, Uchiha.
like just bring me with that martial arts, fam, and I'm like, oh my god,
Knock me out. I'm fine.
fine, it's okay, it's okay. I will take a flying kick. It's okay.
punch me in the throat.
So it's like Levi when he kicks the shit out of Eren in the middle of court.
Oh,
Don't act like you didn't find that hot. Like you were just there, like tie me up to that pedestal and kick the crap
out of me.
Levi is pretty hot, but one of my best friends, hi Stephen, that Levi's definitely his type. That kind of little scrawny
twink
looking, but would still kick your ass.
Yeah.
Oof.
So you're going for Levi? Is that who you're going for?
I don't know. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna have to buff her.
I think it's gonna be Alucard,
Luyanda
man.
first.
I'm gonna be classic. Like
Yeah, he's
I'll be
sexy.
back.
and I'm a sucker for like a really deep voice.
Yeah.
Like a really deep kind of voice, and he's just, I mean, and then
He's got
the hair,
the luscious locks.
he's got the locks, and then the eyes, and he's got the mystique and the tortured soul. I mean, I don't know why I go for tortured souls. I don't know why I'm trying to fix.
Look at her face while she's thinking. Wait for it.
Because ain't none of my business.
It's in us though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I'm filming, I've literally gone blank. But mine is between two. This is going to sound absolutely crazy to you. Mine's between two characters in One Piece. So Zoro is one. Zoro is a swordsman with green hair and a scar. Love a scar. And my main one, that's it. Trafalgar Law. He's a very obscure character because he's got a cow hat. Off, right? Just take the Jason Momoa wears cow hats sometimes.
Yeah.
Fine. But yeah, Trafalgar Law, he's like, it's that thing, he's got that like disturbed kind of tortured soul thing about him. I'm just like, oh god. Yeah, he's Bay for me. Absolutely Bay. Have you found one? Have you chose one?
I can't. All my babies are my babies. I can't.
There's lots. Yeah.
There's like, okay, so have you guys seen Beastars?
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about how did you think?
I need to see.
Really? Are you going that? She's going into bestiality here, guys.
No. Okay. Listen. Don't tell me you didn't fancy Robin Hood when you were younger. That Disney Fox. That voice.
I did.
Robin Hood. Come on now. Come on.
The Disney Fox guys.
See, this is where you
She
and
needs
I
help.
differ. Legacy.
Yeah.
Like,
I knew you were
so
gonna
he's
say-
the main character in Beastars.
Do you know he's on Twitch? The guy who voices him is on Twitch.
Yeah. Oh
Hey,
my God.
Jonah.
It gives me anxiety. I can't watch it. It's too much.
Jonah.
But what are the, like honestly, he is. Mark's gonna watch this. I love you, Mark. He is the closest person, like anime character, to my boyfriend I've ever met. Because he's tall, he's so sincere, he overthinks a lot. When he's angry, he's angry. When he's hurt, he's hurt. And I'm just like, literally, when I watched it, I was just like, you are just like my partner, and it's so creepy, but you're also a wolf, and you're so attractive.
Oh, you see, it's that
It's like-
Twilight thing.
It was random. I was like, oh, okay. Okay.
So you've not seen Beastars, Luyanda?
No, I haven't seen it. It's on my list. It's there, but I have a long list to catch up on.
It's very strange. I just watched it randomly, and I didn't expect to like it, but then I like killed the whole thing in maybe 2 days, 3 days. It's not bad actually. I was pleasantly surprised.
I've read the manga as well, and like it's because the journey that Legoshi and Louis, who's the deer, go on.
Yeah.
Insane, man.
Awesome.
Like these kids are cool, and like honestly, I completely look past the fact that they're animals because I don't think of
You
them
do?
in
Yeah, you do.
that sort of way.
Yeah.
You're just like, no, you're just really endearing people, and Legoshi's like hyper anxiety.
Endearing.
That's what I love about him as well.
Dear.
The kid has
Get it?
anxiety so badly. He
bless.
overthinks everything.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to step on anyone's toes, but I don't want to, and he's.
That is literally what he does.
But because of his stature, the fact that he's a wolf, and that's another thing. They draw parallels of our society, of how different races are treated in different ways because of how they look, how they're perceived.
What's the rabbit girl called? The rabbit girl,
Haru.
Haru. How could I forget Haru?
Apparently, she like sleeps with everybody. I'm confused.
I was just gonna say her. I wasn't ready for that. I was not ready. And is it too much? I just wasn't ready for how okay she was with it all.
Yeah.
Which was interesting.
With Haru she's better written in the manga. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
I like her more in the manga. I don't like the fact that they casted a 50-something-year-old woman to play her.
Well, I want to know why. Why?
Saf, I googled this.
Because
Jesus
she just
Christ,
sounds like it. She
you were
sounds
right.
like an old woman.
She's 52 though.
It's got that
Not
kind of
56.
husky kind of.
Like you sound like an old lady, and Legoshi sounds like a 16-year-old, but you sound like a straight-up old lady. So
Is
I
she
can't deal with that.
56?
Yeah, she's old.
Well, good for you, girl. I hope I'm still getting work at 56.
Girl, slay. Y'all get that dollar. You get that Netflix money. I'm proud of you. Slay, honey, kill. But I when I read the manga, I was like, her voice didn't sound like that in my head. But also, I think I was like, it's different in my head. But it doesn't mean she wasn't deserving of the role or anything. I'm not saying that.
That's when you fuck yourself up. Once you start reading mangas stuff, or you read, choking. hold that part. I've got really bad hay fever.
Yeah, same.
Once you start reading the mangas past the point where you've watched, or you start reading the mangas and then go to the anime, you have fucked your world up entirely for the rest of your life, because you will never get that depth. The depth of character and journey and story that they put into manga is just, it's the same as, when you see, I guess, comic books made into films, like the DC stuff, the Marvel stuff, you will just never be able to replicate any of that.
Yeah, I mean, they fail dismally every time.
Yeah.
Nothing upsets me more than a Marvel or DC film.
Right, yeah. And the Terry Pratchett stuff as well. I love Terry Pratchett books, and I've just found that...
DC, I want to play the silencer.
When they kind of...
on a guest.
I know Good Omens is on Prime, and you've done Colour of Money, and it's just never hit the mark for me.
Yeah.
All right, so one you would defend to the death. I'm going to go first.
You go first.
Mine is One Piece. I don't give a shit who doesn't like One Piece. I will die on this hill. One Piece is one of the greatest mangas. Is it a manga? Yeah, I don't mean manga. I mean, it is a manga, but I mean anime. And manga. It's one of the greatest animes ever conceived. The characters are literally god tier. I don't give a shit that there's 1,000 or 2,000 episodes. If you don't watch it, that's on you. That's your weakness and your insecurities. So you can keep that over there. Luffy is motivational, Zarina. Oh, thank you so much. You are right. And I will defend it until the day I die. And any thoughts from you guys?
And there you go.
I haven't seen One Piece, but I have seen the shade that it gets.
Yeah, it's mental.
It gets a lot of shade, and I've never because I mean, I quite liked Fairy Tale, and that's also got all of the
so much hate.
all of the episodes and so much hate, to the point where I kind of have to go back a little bit, because I got fatigued at about episode 250. I was fatigued, and I was okay.
If I hadn't been hosting, I would have caught.
But I will go
Luyanda
back to
compared Fairy
Tale.
Tale
I don't
to
understand
One
why
Piece.
people would get upset about a TV show having long form, because usually what I see is
when we do this again,
the main complaint is that it's so
we
long.
We need to air this.
Yeah,
Fairy Tale and One Piece.
Exactly.
They're 20 minutes each.
But then also, you've got to remember, you're jumping in at a point where you haven't been watching it from day one. So whose fault is that really?
That is the thing.
It's not like these animators were oh, we're going to publish 500 episodes to spite the people who haven't watched it until 10 years in the future. No, you just picked it at a wrong time.
It is about character journey. You do go on, you do grow up with these people, or you do go on this journey with these people. It stands to reason if you're watching. So, I mean, it took me 3 years to catch up with the whole of One Piece, and not everybody's got time to do that. I get it. I did have. But yeah, you go on the journey with the characters, and you do grow an affinity to them.
Yeah, of course.
You're gonna go with Naruto, right?
I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I think.
Okay,
I mean,
let me just say this now. I can't stand it. So tell me why. Oh no.
No, that's fair.
That and Bleach.
No, okay, no. So why can't you stand Naruto? I need to hear this.
I actually don't know. I went to watch one of the movies again today. I forced myself to try and watch it again today.
Which movie was it?
It wasn't any of the Shipperton stuff. It was
the Stone of Galil?
Don't know. I don't like it.
Land of Snow.
It was the one.
Stone of Galil was the weakest one, to be fair.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the characters. I don't know what it is. I just can't. I cannot.
Honestly, having this discussion has made me think about all the other anime I'd rather defend to the death than Naruto, because Naruto has it's a whole other brand that it stands on its own leg. It has too much filler, way too much filler. I love Naruto, but when it got to Shippuden, I was like, how is it basically 75% filler? Y'all need to fix it, because all the flashbacks are pissing me off. They nerfed the female characters so much. Hinata and Sakura could have had such amazing storylines, but they butchered them to shit. And there's so many people that I talk to about that. Like, to this day, they did Sakura so dirty. She was trained under Lady Tsunade, but they absolutely murdered her, and I'm so annoyed that they did. But I'm just trying to think of an anime that I would defend to the death, because we said we wouldn't. Are we classing Avatar as an anime or no?
Listen, if this is the hill you want to die on, so if you need
this is
make
the
your
hill
point now.
I will die on. Avatar is one of the greatest animations ever fucking made.
Period.
Not only is it youngsters going through and fighting the odds, its spiritual message is unbelievably beautiful.
Everything, colonialism as well. The way environmental pollution.
All of these elements, and then still being able to maintain the wide-eyed open-heartedness of an innocence of a child. It is one of the most beautiful things. Also, the fight sequences were all over real martial art fighters.
Oh shit!
Real martial art fighters. If you get to season 4 of Legend of Korra, I think her name is Devora Davina. I can't remember what the villain's name is. It's not my favorite season, but she is modeled on Bruce Lee, and voiced by Robin Williams' daughter. It's
who's Zelda?
Yeah. It's fucking incredible. Korra, not my I'm more of an Avatar: The Last Airbender kind of girl, but I still will watch Korra to the end of days. It's an anime with a female fighter. Not just an anime, but it's an animation. Yet that technically came out of the West, with a female fighter who is cut. She doesn't have these big boobs. She's not out trying to be a thirst trap. That girl's got freaking cuts in her arms. She wants muscle. Her shoulders are stacked. She's ready to fight you, fam.
I love her.
Ready. She's ready. My favorite season, the Red Lotus. Jesus. Woman is bound. Her hands and her legs have been bound. She has just been poisoned.
Eish.
And she is bending. She is water, fire, earth, and air bending at once to survive. Shackled, my friend. Shackled. Aang. Oh my God.
Aang. Baby. Oh my God. I can't deal with it.
Oh my God. Aang is he is the sweetest human being.
I love that he's a vegetarian as well.
And he's a vegetarian and a Buddhist, and all of these beautiful cultures come in. And the episode with the old Indian man and the chakras.
And the banana juice. And the banana juice. That's iconic. That's it. That little clip.
Do you know what I mean? And my favorite thing, my cabbages!
Cabbages!
There is just so much, and then you get into the villains, man. You get into freaking Azula, who is batshit.
For me, is Zuko. A lot of people
story arc.
Zuko is basically my family and everyone I've ever known in my family. We've been burned, even if it's not physically, it's metaphorically. We go through generations learning trauma, learning grief, learning that we only have to be strong. We can't talk about our feelings. We have to be what we're set out to be. And Zuko, even though he's an idiot, he's an absolute fool. I want to punch him in the face most of the time. I relate to him so much. I was like, Zuko, and then when he realizes that Uncle Iroh was right, that moment where he's like, you know what, he's been my dad this whole time. I was like,
I've been telling you, Zuko.
This is how I feel about One Piece, but they've not seen it.
Of the feeling that you've done so wrong for so long and no one trusts you, and you have to build up that trust. You have to build up that love. You have to build up that respect for yourself and everyone else so that they trust you back.
Do you know what I mean? And with Ang, it's like, maybe one day we can be friends, and then they become the best of friends. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I mean, but the thing is, I think that happens outside of world. Like that happens after things continue. But but then when you look at Legend of Korra now as well, like the villains, man, the themes, the political themes, people who can bend and people can't. What does that mean? Who's superior because of those gifts? People who want to take away those abilities or control them. People who want to like control the state. Oh gods, like, oh, it's just so good. It's just so good. Devora with like essentially her like Third Reich state trying to take over everything. Like that's amazing. And then, oh gosh, the Red Lotus, they wanting to fight and like and use bending and take and bring down the government and not be restrained and like bring about chaos. I'm just like, you know what? You guys are just saying things.
They're socialists. This sounds like right up my street.
Dude, why aren't you watching?
I don't like it. I'm gonna try.
Do you know what? I hear you, and let me say why I hear you, because I watched it through when it first came out. I watched it and then waited for the season.
It's because I'm a grandma.
And then I watched it through. I've watched it through like 6 times now, but I watched it through again the second time, and whenever I'm showing somebody new the series, I'm always like, you're gonna need to wait a good 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of world building.
Yes.
It's not filler, but there's a lot of world building and getting you to understand where we're at. That happens like I firmly believe like over the first sort of 6 to 8 episodes, and then the stakes get right up. Yeah. And I think if you can be patient with that and join the characters on that journey, you'll feel for them. I think it's done deliberately. Yes. And I always find that first bit, I'm always like, come on guys, like you could ratchet this up a little bit quicker. But then again, you know, kids love it. Yeah. And also those spaces where they go and do silly fun things. Every now and then in an episode, they'll just go like and ride giant koi fish.
Yeah,
and they're the best episodes where it is a bit filler, but it's fun and lighthearted.
Yeah, and it's to remind you that Aang is a child, and this journey that this poor child has to go through. He doesn't want to fucking kill anyone, man. He's a vegetarian, and he's a kid. Yeah. He's just a kid, and his entire race of people have been wiped out.
And honestly, on a very basic level, one of the reasons why I loved Avatar was it was kids of color existing in a realm that is theirs, and people may find that basic, but for me the fact that it's basic is a problem. I'm like, okay, the fact I'm getting excited because it's brown kids.
Speak on it, Saf. Speak on it.
For so long.
Yeah, exactly. The fact that one of the main reasons I'm getting excited because it's brown kids on screen existing in a world that's theirs. I was like, holy shit! Like, I have blue eyes like Katara. I was like, there is the brown kid, blue eyes on screen, and she's powerful, and she's a feminist, and she gets things wrong, and she gets things right, and that's it. Yeah. On a very basic level, that's why I was like, my heart is going into this. Like, I painted my necklace so that it could be like Katara's, because I was like, this is a world that I don't get access to on a daily basis. So when people, like non-people of color talk to me, so when white people talk to me about why they love this series, it's always interesting that they never seem to bring up that kids of color are at the helm. I'm the one who always has to say, and it's kids of color at the helm. Yeah. It ain't just women, it's women of color at the helm. Yeah. Putting that out there. And then they were always like, oh yeah, you're right. And I'm like, yeah. Because they're owning that space. And it's got nothing to do with the fact that they're kids of color. They just happen to be, and that's their world. Yeah. That's it. Period. And that's brilliant.
Period. All right, you defended your set pretty well, both of you. I'll let you have it. Just quickly on like the characters of color, the black and brown characters. I mean, let's not get carried away and say that anime is completely diverse.
Oh no.
However, I have found a lot of anime are more diverse than a lot of British TV programs. So weirdly, so some of my like Canary is one of my favorites. It is, you do like all the characters of colour. You're like, right, I love you just because you exist. The nanny from Promised Neverland, which we've not even talked about.
We haven't even talked about Promised Neverland yet. Okay.
No. So even though she's a villain, have I given too much away now? She's I love her. Nanny. What's
If
her
you've
name?
not seen The Promised Neverland,
I can't remember.
I don't remember her name.
Crone,
Jesus
I think.
Christ.
Crone, yeah.
please watch it.
Shall we
for
just
that,
quickly go
Luke.
on to Promised Neverland?
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, I guess that can kind of come under what we're watching right now, because it is kind of new-ish, like last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So, funnily enough, Luke got me, our mutual friend, Luke got me into
Love you, Luke.
Promised Neverland. So we were doing a show and we both realised that we both loved anime, and we were both like, oh, well, what should we watch? What are you watching right now? And he said, oh, I'm watching Promised Neverland. And I'd seen this is another thing about me. If I look at the poster and I don't like it, I'm an idiot. I won't watch it. And I'd seen the poster and I was like, oh, that looks shit. Jesus Christ, was I in for a full world of topsy-turvy. That is one of the best animes ever. Like, I'm so excited to see where they're going to go for season 2.
Have you not read the manga?
No.
I'm up to date.
Oh, don't.
Stop getting up to date. You're ruining things.
How can you do this? How can you do this? Not to us, but to yourself.
No, for me, honestly, it's a testament to a story. If I mentally go, I want to know what happens next. I cannot wait.
Right. So that's what I did with Attack on Titan, and I wish I hadn't.
And the thing is, so my friend, while The Promised Neverland was still coming out last year, episodically, she showed me the first 2 episodes, and I was like, fuck, this is incredible. And then 4 days later, I messaged her saying, I'm up to date with the manga. And she was like, what? And I was like, yeah, I've read the manga. What happens next? And she was just like, I am not even up to date yet. I was like, I'm sorry. I needed to know. And the journey these kids go.
Okay, well, I'm watching that tonight then. So.
Oh my God, have you not seen it?
No.
Shitting hell.
She watched it in a night. One night and she caught up.
I'm watching it tonight. It's here on my list.
You need to
watch it.
when you finish.
The opening slaps.
Okay.
When you finish season 1, you need to. We need to know how you feel about it.
Okay, I will let you know. I will do an update, and I will let you know how I feel about it, because I'll finish season 1 tonight.
She was balling.
That's what I'm like.
You will, because trust me. Okay. Watching right now, this kind of comes under most anticipated as well. So I've seen the first series already, but they're bringing out the Netflix dub version. I don't know how I feel about that, but whatever. More people can watch it, I guess. Which
From Promised Neverland?
No, not Promised Neverland. I'm going to show you now.
Oh, okay.
Only the greatest anime ever created.
So this is coming out 28th of May.
Hidoro.
Oh my God, it's one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
One day, a spell was cast on me, and it turned me into a lizard head. I lost all of my memories and have no clue who did it. In order to get my face back, along with my memories, I continue to hunt down any sorcerers I can find, alongside my partner, Nikaido. Hey, so what did he tell you? The guy inside. You know, I just saved you, so you should treat me tonight.
You've never paid for anything before, so why should today be different? Bon appetit! Hey, but eat first!
Your enemy is a dangerous individual. Find him no matter what. Noe, give me the bag.
Here.
Make sure you watch closely. I am what you would call a real sorcerer.
1, 2, 3, 4. How many of them did you clean up so far?
I'm positive I'll get to take revenge from Matsumura. Just you wait, you damn lizard! Stop! What are you doing, Ebisu? Hold on!
I'm hungry!
Get ready, you sorcerers!
One of the best things you will ever watch. Trust me. Trust me.
Doro Hidoro.
Woo!
Let me just stop this. It's very
It was
loud.
a trip.
That was awesome.
So that's coming out on Netflix on 28th of May. It's one
Today,
of my most
it's out
random
today.
picks,
Watch
and
it.
It's one of the most
Watch it now.
gruesome. It's very gory, very violent. It's written by a woman, and that matters. And I hope it takes off because I really, really, really love it. I love it so much.
Okay, great.
Anything that you're looking forward to the most?
I just want to know what's happening with Tanjiro. Can someone tell me what's going on?
Right, yeah.
I need to know what's happening with Tanjiro. I need to know what's happening with Thorfinn. I mean, they kind of tried to like wrap things up sort of like at the end, but like it felt too clean.
Yeah.
I don't know. I need to know
She's talking about what's it called?
Vinland Saga.
Yeah.
And Demon Slayer.
Yeah, and Demon
I can
Slayer.
promise you, the way it ended on season 1 of Vinland Saga is how it ends in the manga. They tied it up well. It's very deliberate.
Okay, good. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
And just to mention, kind of before we go, your opinions on the live action stuff. So I watched the Attack on Titan films on the plane, weirdly enough, and I've seen the Avatar one. I've seen the Tokyo Ghoul, Death Note. How do we feel about like these live action versions?
Absolute hot steaming garbage.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Like garbage. I mean, I think again, it's the form. I don't understand why there's this need of like remakes and like we must do this. Like even Parasite now is getting an an American version TV series. Like I don't understand why these things need to be
not the animation, means the Korean.
Yeah, the Korean film. And I mean, more power to the director. Make your money, sir. Like whatever, do your thing. But like I just don't understand the need. It's been made. This is the form.
Yeah.
We don't now need. I don't need to see Mikasa as a person. And also, like, I mean, the animation, because of the animation, that you can do impossible things. There's a limit to what stunts can do. There's a limit to how far you can push CGI before the audience goes, that's just naff.
Yeah.
And also, like, no, it's wrong. I don't imagine them like that. It's so weird. And then I feel like it's also, like, overacted as well. And then don't get me started on M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's situation with Avatar. I was like... I
don't associate it. For me, it doesn't count. I'm like, what is that? It was just...
Well, for a start, there was... the Fire people, the guy...
Fire Nation.
Was he the only brown person, him and his uncle, or Fire Nation?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that was the worst part. The brown people were the villains.
Yeah.
Again. What is it? South Asians aren't villains in every fucking thing. We're either the cab driver or we're the villains. There's no in between. It's like this is slightly off topic, but The Boys, the comic book that was adapted into the Amazon Prime series.
Yeah, I love it.
So many people love it, and I despised it.
Why?
Because the reason the only people of color, the only brown people that existed were the villains. The Mohammeds and the Abduls and the Bashirs. We were all the people who blew up the plane and spoke Arabic, and we were all Muslims. When you looked at the FBI's head cases, it was just a board of brown people that looked like my cousins, that looked like my brothers and sisters, and it made me angry. The brown people that existed were the people that were hijacking the planes, that were speaking the foreign languages. Like,
For sure.
Why aren't we the superheroes?
For sure. Let me slightly, not necessarily come through the show's defense, because I enjoyed the TV show and then I started reading the comic books. And actually, something that they failed to translate is within the world building. Is that it's actually trying to make a commentary on that.
No, I know, definitely. I've read enough Reddit threads about it, but that's slightly the problem.
Yeah.
Because it's too much of a point. It's too much of a narrative that's
it feels
already
contrived.
Been pushed. Yeah, it feels like you're not making a statement, you're reflecting. You're reflecting on things that are already being pushed out constantly.
Yeah,
the people on planes are only brown and only speaking Arabic, and people don't have the foresight enough to think this is satire.
Yeah, because that's what it's meant to be. It's meant to be.
Exactly. I can tell that. Like, I read comic books, I collect comic books. The tone of it, it's supposed to reflect society and in a satirical way, but it doesn't translate as that. For me, I cried. I literally had to pause and cry because I was like, why are they depicting my people like that again? Why are they depicting Muslims like this again? Why are they depicting what a supervillain who blows up and he's an Islamic terrorist? Why is that happening? It didn't read as satire. It read as something that Americans already know, and it's all they want to see. They want to see Muslims as the villains. So we are always going to be the villain.
No, for sure. I hear you, and I think
brokenhearted.
I think that's a difficulty in terms of translating that set of comic books into TV, because first of all, like, they actually cannot put the shit that team of superheroes does on TV. It's like already they had to fucking dial it down, like so much. And I understand where you're coming from, because I mean that's obviously a lived experience that I'm absolutely not negating. But I guess from my sort of external experience, and I can only speak for that, so I suppose because they were preaching to the choir, like I immediately read the satire. I mean, like the fucking superhero who's wearing the American flag is a sociopath with a serious mommy kink. He's mental, and I do get that most people in the States are not going to actually be able to see that this whole thing is a satire about how we do things, and how like your general American superhero films and action films are done usually. Like every day, it's either brown. Which brown people are you going to shoot today? Are they going to be from the Congo? Are they going to be from Pakistan? Are they going to be from Iran? Which brown people are you going to
come for now?
Right.
It's like even the Iron Man film. Like I watched it recently, and I was like,
which one?
Blowing up brown people. The first Iron Man film. Robert Downey Jr., I love you. I love Iron Man. But you blowing up brown people left, right, and center, and you ain't blinking an eye.
Exactly, and that's what I love about
making nukes to blow up those third world countries, which is why Captain America has such a problem with him, because like you're basically a motherfucking hypocrite. But I was like, when are we going to get a break here?
That's a good point. Again, bringing up when they do live action stuff, there's so much comics and mangas deal with that subject matter so well because they have the space to do that, and you don't have that in time.
Really don't have that in the amount of time. There is so much that has been kind of left out of The Boys that I understand how they try to streamline it. And I guess from us, I'm realizing now that I'm speaking as a schooled person. I'm speaking as somebody in the arts who knows, understands, literacy, who understands.
We look at films in a completely different way to the general public. I know that I'm going, oh, that's very clearly satirizing how fucked up all of that is. But to somebody else, they don't see.
And then again, like as a person of color, like we are constantly demonized. Constantly. So it's part of our psyche anyways. We're just like, oh, well, we're going to play the villains anyway. So it's reflecting that. But like, that The Boys was one of the most watched prime series of 2019. And I think that's insane. The amount of people who will watch that and not get that satire, not get the subtext, and just see brown Muslims blowing things up. And that is the only connection they will ever make because they can never learn anything different. And that's my only problem.
Exactly. No, I completely understand you, but I'm hoping in the second series they seriously fucking double down on what's his name again? I'm not Killmonger. That's something complete. That's fucking
Black Panther.
What's his name again? Not Captain America. What's his name?
Oh, Homelander. No,
Homelander. Yeah, it's Homelander. I hope they really, really start to double down on how fucked up he is. Because when you have that imagery in relation to Homelander and how fucking disgusting he is, then that satire, you must be an idiot.
Right.
You must actually be dumb if you can't, like you must be dense, like actually dense if you don't see that. And I think remembering the show, and I might actually rewatch it again and actually properly look out for those flaws and those errors, because I think what they did is they slow burned his madness in the first season, so there wasn't that clear juxtaposition of the insanity. And I think that in the second season they need to like turn him all the way up. Like, we need to see how fucked up he is, and then everything else around him will pale in comparison because he's a nut job. Like, he's a fucking nut job, and some of the shit he says is so like comparative to what Trump says, to what Boris says, and it's just it'll just start to become very, very clear. But I think
that's the problem. They painted him too much to be, I'm just the all-American hero with a couple of flaws, and it made you overlook in a really weird way.
It took too long. Because by the time you get into that plane and he decides to do what he does, then you start to go, hang on. He's not just a little bit fucking weird. He's actually fucking a sociopath. Like, this is actually disgusting. But that was like all the way by like Ep 10.
Yeah,
like
it was too far gone.
It was kind of too late. No, I hear you. Narratively, like, they really needed to manage that a lot better. But I'm hoping second season they just make him crazy, because that's what he is.
Please.
All right, well, we've come to the end, sadly, because I'm quite upset. This has actually been fucking amazing. So thank you so much for sharing your time. Like, this has been better than I could have ever, like, even hoped for. But
bring us back if you wanna.
Absolutely. Like, you are welcome to come back. I want to try and make this a regular thing. I don't know how regular. You know, we're in fucking quarantines, so you know, shit's hard. But yeah, definitely want to make it a regular thing. And we've just touched on some really kind of deep and important issues, and I don't want us to go with a sour taste in our mouth or any kind of hurt in our hearts. So just to kind of get rid of, like, we've spoke about the issues, and let's just to kind of, I don't know, cheer ourselves up a bit. What anime would you watch now to cheer yourself up?
Haikyuu.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Is it good?
It's so cute. It's like half slice of life, half like slightly action, because everyone takes everything so seriously, and it's a sports anime, and all the guys are really hot, but they're all really sweet and endearing, and you want to even the ones that you don't particularly like, you end up liking, and they're all so sweet and lovely. And honestly, if Haikyuu came out when I was in secondary school, I would have cared about sports so much more, because these kids it's so motivating.
Yeah, it's been getting a lot of good reviews. So
I love Haikyuu, and they're so lovely and sweet, and yeah, that's my go-to right now.
Cool. Luyanda?
What would I watch to cheer myself up right now? Fuck, it's probably going to be like a little bit of Avatar: The Last Airbender, because that will make me. I really do. But then, like My Neighbor Totoro or something very, very sweet.
We're not going to talk about it now because we're at the end, but you all know the conspiracy theory about that, right?
Tell me you know it.
I don't want to ruin it for you.
About what? Wait, what?
I don't want to ruin it.
Chat, tell me you know the conspiracy theory about...
So we'll talk about... We'll come back for another session and we'll
My
talk
Neighbor
about
Totoro.
Can we do it part 2?
Absolutely.
Yes,
tell me you know it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I want you to have...
And by part 2, I'm going to have watch this entire list.
Oh my God, I've got a list as well.
Same.
Something I would watch to cheer myself up right now, Natsume Yujincho, Slice of Life. It's kind of supernatural slice of life. He's got a cat that can speak, and it's actually a demon, but it's a good demon, and they fight bad demons, and yeah, it's crazy, but I love it. It's so cute. It's so cute. It's like you drink a little cup of tea when you watch it. But yeah, so thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you both.
Hopefully we'll get you back sooner rather than later.
Awesome. It was really nice to meet you, Safiyya. That was great, and nice to see you again.
Thank you so much to Luyanda and Safiyya. Hopefully this is the start of our anime trio. I hope it is. Guys, I've put their socials in the chat, so if you want to follow them, you can find their You can find their socials in the chat. If you can support the artists, our PayPal is down here below. Give what you can, even if it's just £1, £2, £3 to buy them a coffee. As I said, this week in particular, all donations are going to Luyanda and helping an out-of-work artist. What else have we got coming up? Okay, so my birthday is coming up. 18th of June will be my birthday. I'm not telling you how old I am because, you know what I mean, a woman never reveals her. Anyway, what's the saying? Black don't crack. But I'm hoping to have, it's on a Thursday, which is my normal day to stream, so I'm hoping to have a full day stream. So I'm looking for artists, I'm looking for people who want to do podcasts, interviews. Thank you for the host. Thank you for the host, Deathwish Dina. Appreciate ya. So I'm looking for artists who want to, like, musicians, comedians. If you're an actor and you want to do a piece, I'm like particularly looking for like Shakespearean stuff because, you know, that's my bag. Or DJs, Bailey P, I'm gonna get you back on for my birthday. So I'm hoping to do a full day stream on the 18th of June. So if you want to be part of it, hit me up. Our details are in the chat there. What else have we got? I've said all my thanks. Hopefully the Tanimaniacs will be back in a month or so. I'm gonna make sure that we watch the same anime so we can have the same vigor. Because I don't watch Avatar, I felt left out. I'm gonna have a little mini intermission here, like 10 minutes, so that I can go for a little tinkle. But I'm gonna have a watch party. So, you know, my watch parties are public domain films. So it might be Gulliver's Travels, 1939. Or some other random horror. I think there's a Hitchcock thing that we might be able to watch. So yeah, little mini intermission. Stick around if you can. If you can't, thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate it. I'm gonna leave you with the trap anime remixes. If you don't know, get to know. This is something Gail Level played on his stream, and I'm a big fan. Yeah, 10 minutes and I'll be back. Appreciate ya. Hey, welcome back. All right, so Tanimaniacs is now sadly finished. What a sick podcast, guys. I was living my best blurred life, and I've been editing it all week, and editing from a laptop that's got 0 graphic card. The horrors. But yeah, and even though I've been seeing it all week, because I've been editing it, I still really enjoyed it, so I hope you did too. And I will be bringing those guys back. Saf says, I'm not getting rid of her. That's it now. She's part of the FTC gang. All right, so I found a public domain film for us to watch. I was gonna watch Gulliver's Travels, but you know, try and keep in with the anime thing, but it's late and horror is my genre. And I really would stream Dorohedoro if I was, you know, criminal, but I'm not. So we're gonna go. It's Christopher Lee, so you know. So we're gonna go with him. So let me set the thing up. Hold tight. I hope you've been to the toilet, got your snacks, got my little rice crackers, got your drinks, all them ting there. Let me see now. Let me see where I'm going with this. Oh yeah, we're set up. We're set up. So I'm about to turn off the trap anime. Thank you, Guy Level, for hooking a gal up. So if you're ready, let me just turn off the. Okay. All right. So we're about to head into City of the Dead. Let me know in the chat if the audio is not set up, but it should be fine. Let me know. I'm going to turn it up a touch. I'm too late. I've been drinking gin, so I'm too late. I might have to turn my camera off, but we'll see. We'll see. If I'm getting annoying, just let me know. Finger.
The witch.
Jethro Kane, hast thou consorted with the witch Elizabeth Selwyn? No. Burn the witch!
Don't ever turn the camera, people want to see you look. Hey, Deathwish Dina! Oh, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for the host. Appreciate you. I don't know if you got to see the anime part of our episode. It was lit, but it'll be in the VODs. So if that's your thing, you can check it out. But we're watching Christopher Lee. See what happens. Hope you're good, girl.
Help her, Lucifer. Help her. Elizabeth Selwyn. On this third day
When I went to Edinburgh Festival, one of the first things I did was go to. They've got a little. It sounds weird, but it wasn't weird. They've got a plaque where they basically had a witch hunt like they did in Salem, and lots of women were murdered on this patch, spitting everywhere patch, for being witches. And it's crazy, like, women could actually be murdered and, you know, killed for being a witch, for, you know, giving somebody something to help their sore throat, or literally somebody didn't like you, somebody thought you were flirting with their husband, they could just label you a witch. And you had to go through these trials, particularly a dunking trial in the UK, where
Hear me! Hear me! I will do thy duty for all eternity. For all eternity shall I practice the ritual of Black Mass. For all eternity shall I sacrifice unto thee. I give thee my soul. Take me into thy service.
O Lucifer, listen to thy servant. Grant her this pact for all eternity, and I with her. And if we fail thee but once, you may do with our souls what you will.
Make this city an example of thy vengeance. Curse it! Curse it for all eternity! And let me be the instrument of thy curse.
dunking trials, you either die from drowning or you die from floating and being a witch. Yeah. So basically, the dunking trials were, if you float, if you die and you float, you're not a witch, but you're dead, right? Or if you sink, you're a witch. So, and they did that to like kids, young girls. A lot of women died being accused of being a witch.
Burn, witch, burn, witch,
float, you're a witch.
burn, burn.
Oh yeah, you're right. Death Wish Dina's right. So if you sank, you weren't a witch, and if you floated, you were a witch. And yeah, so either way, you were dead.
In 17th century New England, superstition, fear, and jealousy drove the Puritans to accuse their friends and relatives.
And then if you sank and drowned, you were of God. Yeah.
Bonfires,
Hashtag logic. I wonder who came up with that.
The tortured souls cried out in agony as the flames mounted higher and higher. Burn, witch, burn, witch, burn, burn, burn.
Christopher Lee looks young there. Jeez, this must be old.
That will be all for today. Tomorrow will be my concluding lecture on the history of witchcraft in 17th century New England. I shall bring along some illustrations which I'm sure will interest you all.
This is 1960. I mean, I know it's colorized, but...
Since you chose to attend these lectures, I had hoped that it was in a spirit of scientific curiosity about the subject. That'll be all.
He looks older in films that look older than this.
He takes it all so darn seriously. He's got you all hypnotized.
Oh, Miss Barlow.
Yes, Professor.
Can I see you for a moment, please?
What about our date?
I'll meet
Look, I'll wait for you outside. Huh?
Yes, Professor.
Rather a difficult young man, that. I fear that you are more of an attraction to him than my poor efforts. However, I've been reading through your papers, Miss Barlow. They show a very sound appreciation of the subject.
I want to go to New England to do my senior paper.
Mm-hmm. They're really quite good, you know.
Well, I'm not quite satisfied. I feel I need some first-hand research. I want to get the atmosphere. Find out how widespread witchcraft really was, what the witches were really like.
Well, that might take a little time, you know.
Well, I have the time. My brother and I were going to spend our vacation with our cousins. What I'd really like to do is to get a room in the smallest, oldest town in New England I can find. Check through all the town hall records.
New England, they do
the
really good lobster, I
talk to
hear.
the Puritan descendants.
My friend's from New
Make
England.
a really thorough investigation.
Your brother is professor of science, Miss Barlow. I hardly think he'd be very interested in the history of witchcraft.
Then I'd go alone.
You don't think he'd object to that?
You leave Richard to me. He's picking me up here for lunch.
Hello, Bill. Professor Barlow. Nan here? Yeah, she's in there with him. Well, I don't like her getting mixed up in this witchcraft business. Why not? It's only part of her history course. Professor Barlow. Yeah? Before you go in there, could I have a word with you? Sure. Well, it's about Nan and me. Oh.
If you're really serious about this, I happen to know of a town in New England. As a matter of fact, it's the identical place where the events occurred that I mentioned in today's lecture, Whitewood. It's quite a small place. It's a little bit off the beat.
Yeah, they've got that transatlantic accent again that was taught. It doesn't really exist. It was taught to actors.
I think you might very well find what you're looking for there.
I guess it's like the American version of RP back in the time.
Her name is Newless, Mrs. Newless. So you just tell her I sent you.
Raven's Inn, Whitewood.
What's Whitewood?
Now, Dick, don't be too upset, but I'm going to change my plans for the vacation.
Change your plans?
Yes. Going to a place called Whitewood for a week or so to do some research.
Who are you? What about Cousin Sue? Why, she's expecting you for a birthday party on the 17th. She'll never forget.
I can still easily
I hope she becomes an amazing, powerful witch. That's the thing. Like,
got to be good.
none of these women that died were actually witches.
Come on, Dick. You'll have a good time.
She's gonna be the OG.
My mind's
I
made
hope
up.
she is.
I'm going to
I hope some of those women that they murdered at Salem and Edinburgh and wherever else, I hope some of those witches got their dues, man. I really do.
Witchcraft.
Because fuck the patriarchy.
Magic sorcery. To me, it's nothing but fairy tale mumbo jumbo. I'm a scientist, Driscoll. I believe what I can see, what I can feel and touch.
The basis of fairy tales is reality. The basis of reality is fairy tales. As a scientist, you should be familiar with that quotation.
Well, I don't believe that somebody in Chicago can die of a heart attack because some woman in New Orleans sticks a pin in a wax doll.
Maybe you don't, but practitioners of voodoo claim otherwise.
Dick, you're just being difficult.
No. When I look into a microscope, Driscoll, I see bacteria swimming, fighting, existing. That's real. These witches that were persecuted and burnt in the 17th century were real too, but they weren't witches. They were pitiful human beings, victims of hysteria.
There are many eminent scholars who have documented.
Yes, victims of hysteria, not pitiful human beings.
Yeah, but how effective was this practice? Did any of these eminent scholars ever meet a real practicing witch? Did you ever meet a witch, Driscoll?
I think you're going to meet one soon.
Perhaps.
Oh, come on, you're an historian. No witch ever survived the burning at the stake for all that pact with the devil.
In 1692, Elizabeth Selwyn went to the stake. She was buried in a churchyard in New England. And yet 3 years later...
Yeah?
3 years later, a new wave of blood sacrifices broke out in the village that had condemned her. The daughters of the elders who had condemned her were themselves...
Yeah, she has got laser eyes. I don't know if you saw it at the beginning, back in the 17th century, one witch can't even speak, proclaimed her allegiance to Lucifer. So she's probably going to like reincarnate in her. So yeah, I think you're right.
That's all right, Miss Barlow. You won't be the first person to have scoffed at the subject.
Honey, when you get to, where is it?
Whitewood.
Ah, yes, Whitewood. Well, send me a picture postcard of a witch. If possible, autographed. Now, let's have some lunch, eh?
I'm sorry, I have a date.
Christopher Lee he's always looked old.
I still don't see why you have to go after this Whitewood place. Now,
when was he born?
I thought we were going to have some time together during this vacation.
You know I want to be with you. It's just this is important.
Look, what the heck can you find that hasn't been found before?
I don't know. It's just that maybe, hidden in some attic or buried in some old antique shop, there's something that might give a whole new outlook to the subject.
What new outlook can there be?
You're a science student. How do you know how important research is?
But this isn't about anything real. This is just superstitious people burning silly old women.
But suppose the women weren't silly. Suppose they really had a pact with the devil. A pact that could have supernatural power.
Oh, come on. What kind of power?
I don't know.
it's no use, Bill. We've both tried our hardest to talk her out of going.
Do you really think she will find anything worthwhile?
Well, I think we have to respect her desire to find something new, even if we don't agree with the subject.
Agree with it? I've never heard so much nonsense as that guy Driscoll talks in all my life.
Well, here I am, all packed.
Oh, I suppose there's nothing I can say will stop you from going, huh? Yeah, well, I'll put this in the car.
I still hoped you'd change your mind, Nan.
Don't worry, darling. I'll be back as quick as I can, and I'll write.
Well.
All right. Oh.
Together, huh? I won't.
Can you imagine not having
Don't forget we have a date at our party.
mobiles and stuff now? All right. Nothing's immediate. She could be dying and nobody will know for a week. Look at that beauty.
Excuse me, can you help me? I seem to be lost.
Sure, if I can.
I'm looking for the Wamport Road.
Wamport Road, hardly anyone uses that anymore.
Well, my friend gave me the directions. Take road 28A, turn onto the Wamport Road, bear left at the fork through to Whitewood.
Whitewood?
Am I that far away?
No, ma'am, not far. Not many God-fearing folks visit Whitewood nowadays. If I were you, I'd...
If
Turn back while you still can.
Well, follow this road about 2 miles. You come to a fork. There'll be a sign, Wamport Road. Turn left, keep straight. There'll be Whitewood.
Thank you very much.
What are we watching? Oh, hey Shan. We're watching. What is it called now? City of the Dead, girl. Holy Paduppy in the place. So decide now if you want to watch it or not.
Does that sign say Wamport Road?
Wamport Road, yes.
Oh, good. I was afraid I missed it.
Is it Whitewood you seek?
Yes.
I too. Would I be imposing if...
No, of course not. Get in.
Thank you.
You see, this is pre serial killer shit because because nobody's getting in the car these days.
Would do something about these roads.
Would I be imposing? Yes, sir.
Watch
You
out, here
would.
comes another bump.
Walk.
What is your mission in Whitewood?
Mission? Well, I'm going there to do some research on witchcraft. Professor Driscoll gave us some very interesting lectures on the subject, and I'm going there to get some original source material. Do you know Whitewood?
I've known it for many years.
Do you go there often?
Fairly often.
Oh, then you must know the Raven's Inn.
I shall be resting there.
Oh, so shall I. Oh, my name's Nan Barlow.
My name's Jethro Keene.
Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
Jethro Keene. I'm definitely going to New England though when I go back to America next year or the end of this
like
year.
a picture out of a history book.
So Elizabeth, I'm coming.
I feel as though I were in the
Jesus.
17th century. Why hasn't Whitewood been written about?
It's off the beaten path. Few tourists come here.
Just for the seafood though.
Look at that church. Must have been beautiful.
I hear it's not very diverse.
What a shame they let it get so run down. Straight on?
Yes, follow the road around.
Ah, there it is. What a lovely old building. 17th century at least. How picturesque can you get? Right by the graveyard.
Yes, it has not been used for more than 200 years.
Any witches buried there?
There are indeed. All in a section of unconsecrated ground.
Spooky, isn't it? Well, keep your fingers crossed for me, Mr. Keene.
It's
I hope
mad,
Mrs.
like,
Newell's has
when you
that
think
room.
how young America is compared to... compared to England or Scotland. You know, Edinburgh is fucking... What year was this filmed, Chan? This is 1960 something. Although it's about witches in New England, which is like 17th century, so, you know, they're old. Oh yeah, we have like no history. It's so weird, like Edinburgh is so old compared to this town that they're talking about now, that they're portraying now. But then human history is so short too compared to... Yeah, that's true. That is true. One thing that's mad about Edinburgh, they've got like underground cities. So people used to live underground. The poor people, obviously. It's not like mud and stuff like you think. It's like literal towns and stuff underground. It's crazy.
Oh, I didn't hear you come in. Are you Mrs. Newless? Oh, I'm Nan Barlow. I was told I might find a room here. I was recommended by a friend of mine, Professor Driscoll. Perhaps you know him.
That will be all, Lottie.
Sad, true, more people, but also because humans have always been the worst. Yeah. Yeah, she's mute, I think. No, not necessarily mole people, but just literal towns, like houses and shops and villages. It's just the way Edinburgh's kind of, it's very hilly.
The guests are never
And it wasn't an official kind of town, but still became like, it's mad.
He told me if I mentioned his name, I'd have no trouble.
Well, there is a room I could let you have. It's just off the lobby.
Oh, thank you. Oh, Mrs. Newless, that plaque.
That is a nice coat.
Is it true that Elizabeth Selwyn was really burnt here for being a witch?
She was?
Oh my god, it's
Did
her!
you believe she was a witch?
Never been to Edinburgh. Edinburgh's beautiful.
Come along. I'll show you to your room.
Just don't go when all the actors are there. Edinburgh is one of the most beautiful places you could ever go. But she's the one that was burnt at the stake, and he's the guy. He's the pilgrim.
The previous occupants have always found it
This is like Skeleton Key all over again.
If there's anything you should need, just ring the bell for me at the desk.
Thank you.
Oh no, I couldn't stay there. You look at all there's bed bugs. Of course there's bed bugs. Look how old it is.
It's been so many months. I've counted the days to this holiday.
So have the others. It wasn't easy for some of my guests to get here. Many had to travel vast distances.
I was lucky. The last few miles were enchanting. Miss Barlow is very good company.
You must be tired, Jethro. Your room is ready.
And the festivities.
I am prepared.
Oh, Mrs. Newless. I thought I'd have a short look around town. I won't be gone long.
I think you'll find the church interesting. Unfortunately, it no longer has a congregation.
He will be pleased.
It's like a fresh Yorkshire morning. Oh, hail that Lord, he will be pleased.
I'm told this was once a house of worship.
It is still a house of worship. I am the reverend of this church. As long as the breath of life is within me,
He's like, get back, Salop!
shall remain God's house.
Must have been a beautiful building.
For me, it is still beautiful.
Salop is a rude word in my dad's language.
What a shame the people have let it fall into such a state.
Strangers rarely come to Whitewood. Who are you?
I'm Nan Barlow. I'm staying at the Raven's Inn.
Why have you come to Whitewood?
Well, because I'm interested in witchcraft.
Young woman, leave Whitewood. Leave Whitewood tonight. For 300 years, the devil has hovered over this city, made it his own. The people in it are his. Evil has triumphed over good here. Look at my church. I have no parish. No one worships here.
He looks blind.
Power.
What power?
Leave Whitewood. Leave Whitewood tonight. I beg of you.
What power?
Leave before it is too
Hey,
late.
Mr. I'm here to learn. Hey, Miss Priest, I'm here to learn witchcraft. Can you help? Yeah, she wasn't very clear, was she? I also think he's blind, so that didn't help. It's a local town for local people. That's what it's like when you're a black person and you go to a English village. Everyone's like,
Good evening.
Good evening.
Please excuse the mess. We haven't been open long.
You have some very interesting things here.
Yes, they belong to my grandmother. When she died, I came back to sort things out.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then you don't live here?
No, my family have lived here for generations, but I've just been back a few weeks. Would you like to have a look around?
Thank you. Oh,
can
I
I have
didn't
a
mean
spell
to
book,
frighten you when
thanks.
I
Yeah,
came
it's a
in.
nice shop, isn't it?
It's
Look at
just
that.
All the people I've met here
Leather-bound
acted
books.
like I'm a person from another world.
They don't see many strangers here.
And I had the most, well, unusual experience.
It's
with
very
a rabbi.
crafty,
He
like
barred
as
my
in the
way from
film
the church.
Craft.
And he talked to me about a curse. And he warned me to leave Whitewood. Can you explain that?
No, I can't.
Does he often act that way?
He's my grandfather.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right. It's happened before with strangers. Oh, the lack of parishioners and loss of his sight has made him bitter and suspicious.
Told you he's blind.
I'm afraid what with him
He
and
played that
the
very
town,
well.
I was very scared. When I saw your lights, I made a dash for
I mean,
them.
I
I'm glad
guess
you did.
from a seeing person's perspective.
Do you have any books or pamphlets on witchcraft? You do, don't you? A friend of mine.
Well, we have a collection gathering done.
Death Wish Dina, you've
Why
seen
on
this
earth would
before.
you be interested in... Oh, I'm sorry. It's really none of my business.
No, that's all right. I'm studying it in college, and I've come here to write my term paper.
Well, just wait. I'll see what I can find. That's Elizabeth Selwyn, burned as a witch, March 3rd, 16.
No, it's just all the things
Yes, I
that
know. I
there's
set
yeah,
up
the
back in
tropes.
the lobby of the hotel.
Yeah.
You're staying at the Ravens Inn?
Yes. It was recommended to me by a friend of mine, Professor Driscoll.
Alan Driscoll?
Yes, do you know him?
No, but my grandfather speaks of him. His family come from here.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Here, I think
So
it's
in
a
the
little
painting
bit
is the woman who was burnt at the stake at the beginning, and it's
a lovely
also
locket. May I see it?
the bed and breakfast
I
owner.
believe it's quite old.
It is. You're very lucky.
So that movie's
even more
now
lucky
based.
to have
Yeah,
found
yeah,
this.
exactly. This is where all the tropes
Trees
came
I
from.
never
That's right.
worship in New England.
Yeah, it's predictable now because we've seen it so many times. But
I'm
you're right.
afraid I
This is
couldn't
where it all
afford to
started.
You can borrow it if you like.
Oh, could I? That would be wonderful. I promise I'll bring it back in a few days.
You're very welcome, Miss
Barlow. Nan Barlow.
Nan Barlow.
Thank you very much.
It can't be as bad as Horror Express. The outer space Martian Yeti. Maybe don't speak too soon. It was edgy back in the day, but now we're like, need a better twist. Yeah. So films like, particularly in horror genres, films like, I guess, Hostel and, I mean, yeah, they are horrific, so yeah, horror. They kind of push the boundaries so far that it's hard now to scare people. That's why Hellraiser will always be one of my favourite horror films, or scariest.
I've heard some strange noises in my room.
Not because it's scary.
This is a very old inn.
No, it
The
seemed to be
professor
coming from the
comes from
cellar
that village. Yeah,
I hardly
yeah.
think
He's
so,
the
Miss
he's the
Barlow.
pilgrim
cellars
from the
might
beginning,
extend beneath your room.
and she's the witch that got burnt at the stake.
The ground was filled in many years ago to strengthen the foundations of the building.
But I'm sure
Well, if you insist, I will come and see.
Hellraiser, yeah. Not because it's scary by any stretch, but it's because it messes with your mind. That's the scary thing.
I don't hear anything.
Well, just a few minutes ago. Never mind, I'm sorry.
You're welcome. But you can see for yourself there is no ring in the trapdoor because there is no reason to lift it. There is nothing underneath but earth.
I'd rather sleep in my car. Where have this lot come from?
Come in. Oh, hello, Lottie. Come in. Oh, I don't need any more towels. I haven't used mine. They're quite clean.
She's trying to tell us something.
Lottie?
Damn it.
I've told you
Damn
before not
it.
to bother the guests. Miss Barlow? I thought you might care to join the others.
I will as soon as I finish my notes. I'll put some clothes on and join them.
A treatise on devil worship in New England. Well, do you find this interesting?
Why, it's fascinating. The things I've learnt. I bet you don't know the half of it. And you live right here on a spot where the witches were actually burnt.
I think she
Listen to
does.
this. On Candlemas Eve, February 1st, in the year 1692, a coven of witches, a coven that's 13, some men, some women, whose power came from the devil, gathered beneath the Raven's Inn to perform a black mass in the honor of Lucifer. The witch Elizabeth Selwyn, later to be burnt
That's
at the
her.
stake,
She knows
marked
first.
the
Yes,
young
she
girl
knows
for the
firsthand. That's her,
sacrifice
Elizabeth
by
Selwyn.
obtaining an object of value belonging to her, with which to call her, and leaving in its place a dead bird and a sprig of woodbine. The witches sacrificed her on the altar and drank her blood at the hour of 13.
Ooh.
What's the hour of 13?
Well, personally,
It's like
I
1
have
o'clock in
never
the
heard a
morning,
clock strike
isn't
more
it?
than 12.
Yeah, see?
How about joining the dancing?
In a little while, I promise. Oh, by the way, I seem to have misplaced my locket. I remember having it in my room, and now it's disappeared.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll ask Lottie.
Well, I'm not saying it was stolen. It's just, I remember having it on the dresser, and now it's gone. I would appreciate it.
Of course. I'll look into it immediately.
Witching hour. That's right.
Lottie, I have warned you too often about annoying our guests. If you disobey me again, I shall turn you out. And if I turn you out, there will be no place for you anywhere. You do understand, Lottie, don't you?
I don't like that. That's fascism. They're not real. They're not real people. They're just spinning and spinning and spinning. They're not real. They're not real couples. Okay, Tan, I'm scooting. Alright, Dina, I'll let you know how it goes. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you, and thanks for the host. So she's getting ready for the party. See, there's nobody there. I told you. They're not real. They are not real. There's nobody partying. There's no couples.
Ah, Miss Barlow. I'm afraid Lottie is nowhere to be found, but I will inquire about your locket first thing in the morning.
Oh, thank you. Where is everybody?
Most of the other guests have gone to services.
Services on the 1st of February?
1st of February?
Candlemas Eve. The night when the witches mocked the rituals of the church.
Are you all right, Miss Barlow?
Yes, quite. Thank you. Good night.
Good night, Miss Barlow.
I told you. Fake. That's just cruel. I don't like that.
Mrs. Knowles! Mrs. Knowles! Mrs. Knowles!
Bang, 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 bang. There they go, the monks. I would not be going down there, no sir. Not at all. I don't understand where she got the torch from either. Oh! How did they know she was gonna come? How did they know? That's not looking good, love.
3, 4, 5, 6.
No! No, Mrs. Newell, no! No, no!
I am Elizabeth Selwyn.
No, no!
11.
No! Let go of me! Let
12.
go!
Oh, God. No, I don't like that.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Susie.
I love cake. Oh, I don't like cake. I like the icing sugar. The icing's the best bit.
Yummy. So this is...
Dick, have you got any idea what's happened to Nan?
That's not the cake that she just cut because it was
was
covered in icing sugar. What the hell's he eating?
Party, only their broomstick blew a gasket.
Well, it's not like Nan to be late for anything. Aren't you a bit worried about her?
Oh, she'll be here. I'm sure she'll make it.
She won't, she's dead.
You answer the door and I'm going to put a record on for some dancing.
Unless she's now a witch.
Hi, Dick.
Bill.
Oh, what's the matter? You expecting somebody else?
Oh, yes, Nan. Look, come in, come in.
Well, Nan, didn't she hear you? We made a date to meet here before she left for Whitewood.
Well, she probably got held up. Look, give me your coat, huh?
Ah, Nan was never late for anything in her life.
Relax. Take it easy. Join the party. She'll be here.
Dick. Dick, I haven't had a letter from Nan in over 2 weeks now.
She's probably been too busy working on her paper.
No, there's something wrong, I know it.
2 weeks? She's been gone 2 weeks.
Ring up Whitewood, will you?
Guys,
Ask him
I hate to tell you, but
serious? Yes, I am.
she's dead.
Okay.
Or undead.
On a long distance, I'd like to speak with Miss Nan Barlow at the Raven's Inn, Whitewood.
Nobody's seen her or heard of her.
No, I don't know the phone number.
What? Didn't she give you the phone number?
Oh, I know, but that's my sister. They say there's no such place as the Raven's Inn.
But that's crazy. She's staying there.
Give me the police.
She left in such a hurry, she must have forgotten to return it to you, Miss Russell.
She seems such a nice girl, too. Wouldn't have thought she was the sort who'd forget to return a book.
We cannot always judge by our first impressions, can we?
I'm not usually wrong about the people I lend my books to.
Well, perhaps you'll be more careful in future.
Thank you for letting me have it.
Remember me to your grandfather. Lottie, get out of the way, you clumsy creature.
Lottie's gonna burn your ass again. You just watch.
Yes, we're from the sheriff's office. We had a call this evening. A missing persons report from some college kid.
Another
named Nan
nice
Barlow.
jacket.
The party calling said that her last known whereabouts was the Raven's Inn.
And Barlow, that's strange. Yes, I met her.
When did you last see her?
About 2 weeks ago. She came to my shop and borrowed this book. It's quite valuable, and so not hearing from her, I decided to come and get it. Mrs. Newless had it.
May I?
Yes.
That treatise on devil worship. I must put this in the report. Peculiar things some of these college kids do nowadays. Well, thanks for your help. Come on, Charlie.
I don't trust her. She looks sweet and innocent, but I don't know.
Hello? Yeah? It's police. Yeah?
Oh, it's really sad.
Okay, thanks. Thank you. Well? The police sent a car out to the Raven's Inn. And checked out 2 weeks ago.
I don't get it.
Well, neither do I.
Look, these are Nan's books and papers. Go through them. See if you can find anything which might give us a lead. I'm going to pay a visit to a colleague of mine.
Okay.
O Lord of Light, accept this sacrifice.
Oh my, you can't just be going around stabbing birds. I guess if you eat meat, you've got no room to complain. I guess.
My Barlow.
May I come in?
Well, yes, of course, please do. Can I take your coat?
I tried to phone you last night, but I guess you weren't in.
No, no, I wasn't. Would you care to go in the study? Sit yourself down.
Thanks.
You take a drink?
Ryan soda.
Ice, please. So what's on your mind?
Well, Nan's missing. And she has been since the day after she arrived at Whitewood.
Really? You quite sure?
That's what the police said.
What are they doing about it?
Carrying out a routine check. I don't suppose they can do much more until they've got something
Routine
definite to
check.
go on.
Well, I would have thought there was a very great deal more they could do.
What? As far as they're concerned, she disappeared 2 weeks ago and no one in the village seems to know anything about it.
What did you come to see me for?
I thought you might have some ideas. Why did you send her to Whitewood?
Because it was the best place for her research.
And you suggested she stay at the Raven's Inn.
Sure, it's the only inn there is.
With an
He's
unlisted
Lucifer.
phone number.
The inn has its own.
He's the
town,
devil.
Barlow. It doesn't need to advertise.
How do you know it so well?
Because I was born in Whitewood.
How does he know he's the
I
devil?
have every reason to believe she'd be perfectly safe in going there.
I have no reason to suppose that she wouldn't be. Nan struck me as being perfectly capable of taking care of herself.
I grant you that, but why hasn't she come back or let us know?
Look, Barlow, I can understand your anxiety, but I'm quite sure there's nothing for you to worry about. Nothing at all. She's probably got absorbed in the subjects and gone off someplace. I wish that all my class had her application.
Yeah, well, I'm going to find out where this application led her. I'm going to retrace every step Nan took. I'm either going to find Nan or know what happened to her.
Mm-hmm. Jack.
I can't stop you from going.
No.
I'm not afraid.
Afraid? Why?
Well, if anything did happen to your sister and somebody else went along to try and find out about it.
Same thing might happen to them?
Possible.
You seem to think something happened to my sister.
Look at those dead.
No, I just think you're
I mean, I don't know if they're real.
Maybe, but
Animal heads on the wall. Why would people do that? Why do you need?
Yes.
I don't like to disturb you, but may I see you?
Well, of course. Please
Why
come
do
in.
you need dead animal heads on the wall? They don't even look real.
I'm sorry, but did you say he was going to Whitewood?
Yes, he is.
Silly to be surprised, but I've just come from Whitewood.
Really? Quite a coincidence. My own family happens to come from Whitewood. As a matter of fact, I was born there.
Yes, I know.
Please sit down.
Thank you.
Do you care for a drink?
No, thank you. I think you know my grandfather, the Reverend Russell.
Russell? Oh, yes, of course I do. How long have you been living in Whitewood?
He's either the devil or the witch's son.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The witch's son, probably.
How can I help you?
I've come about a pupil of yours, Barlow, Nan Barlow.
Yes.
She came to us
Yes.
2 weeks ago. I met her and liked her, and she told me that she was a student in one of your classes, that you recommended that she stay at the Raven's Inn.
That's quite right, I did.
Well, that's what I've come to see you about. On the day after she arrived, she disappeared.
Oh?
Later, the police came asking questions. Her family were worried. I thought you might have their address.
And why do you want our family's address?
Because I have something of hers I want to return.
Well, you just leave it with me, and I'll make sure they get it safely.
No.
Well, I don't want to trouble you. If you just give me their address.
As you wish. Her address is Dorchester Street, 225. She lives with her brother. As a matter of fact, he's a colleague of mine. You just met him. He was leaving when you arrived. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of work to do. I'm rather a busy man at the moment.
Of course, thank you for your help.
Not at all. I hope it achieves something.
Christopher Lee looks so young. I can't get over how long he looks in this film. It's creeping me out. And this was made in the 60s, so he wasn't young. He was older than... This is just weird.
Yeah, it's Nan's locket, all right.
As far as I know, it's unique. I gave it to her. Where did you get it?
The servant at the inn gave it to me. It was strange. I don't think she wanted Mrs. Newless to know I had it.
Mrs. Newless?
Oh, she runs the inn.
Well, why did you come here, Miss Russell?
I found this.
It's Professor Driscoll's notepaper.
I found it in the pages of a book I lent your sister on her first evening in Whitewood. When she didn't return it, I went to the hotel.
What was the book?
An old book. Book about witchcraft.
Do you believe in it, Miss Russell?
I don't know. Sometimes I almost think I live with it.
Live with it?
It's an obsession of my grandfather's. Up till now, I didn't take him very seriously. He's an old man. But now I'm beginning to wonder if what he says isn't true.
What does he say?
That there's something evil about the village. That on certain nights, the inhabitants leave the streets, close their doors, and stay behind them. That on these nights, the dead come to life.
Nights like Candlemas Eve?
What do you know about Candlemas Eve?
It's in one of Nan's books.
I don't believe it.
I
Things like this don't happen today.
don't believe it.
In Whitewood, I wonder.
I'm going to Whitewood tomorrow after classes. I can give you a lift.
Thank you, but I must get back. I can't leave my grandfather alone. He's blind.
May I come and see you when I arrive? I'd like to
Absolutely not, you creep.
Please
Piss
do.
off.
It's the house next to the church. Goodbye.
Bye.
I'll see you to the door.
Would you be going to Whitewood?
Yes.
Would you take me along with you? It's a dark night for walking. You're the Reverend Russell's granddaughter, aren't you?
Yeah, she lives there, so how have you never met him
I know
before?
a great deal about Whitewood.
Have you ever been there?
Now and then.
Never seen you.
Right.
To see me is a special privilege. It's reserved for a chosen few.
What does that mean?
We'll soon be at Whitewood now.
He's dead. He's a dead thing. He's a dead thing.
This is as far as I go. You will.
Exactly. But you live there, so how has this never affected you before?
She is pretty, too.
Yes, she is. Very pretty.
A living descendant of those who were cursed. It somehow seems to make it better.
Oh, a living descendant of those who were cursed. They want their revenge.
Another day.
And tomorrow.
The witch's Sabbath.
This jazz, though. Completely wrong era. Or wrong mood.
Which way to Wamport Road?
Straight ahead, fork in the road, you see a sign, turn left. You heading for Whitewood?
I am. Many people head this way?
Not many.
Is this the only way in and out of the town?
Misdirection, yep.
You wouldn't remember by any chance a pretty girl in a convertible about a month ago?
Barlow girl. Read about her in the papers. Never seen her again. Told the police.
Thanks.
Where's the man? The man's not there waiting to be picked up by him. Why?
Could you tell me the way to Whitewood, please?
Another one. Straight ahead, fork in the road, you see a sign, Wamport Road, turn left, takes you right in.
Right, thanks.
Let me warn you, young fella, they don't like strangers in Whitewood.
Okay, fine. Thanks very much.
Where is the man who's always stood there waiting for people? No, no. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, he's alive. Oh. The Ghostbusters. That's a Ghostbusters car.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'd like a room, please.
The inn is closing.
I'll only be here a few days.
But the inn is closing.
When?
In 2 days.
Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to stay until then.
If you insist.
Could I have the same room my sister had? Still available, isn't it?
Yes, it's available.
Mrs. Newless, you told the police that my sister checked out.
You are mistaken, Mr. Barlow. I told them that on the morning of February 2nd, I went to her room and found it empty, her bed not slept in, her luggage and car gone, and her bill unpaid.
Well, you can put the charges on mine. When was the last time you saw her?
On the evening of February 1st. It was shortly before midnight. She'd been in the lobby here dancing with some of the guests. She seemed to be enjoying herself.
Did any particular guest pay a special attention to her?
And not that I noticed. Your sister kept very much to herself.
You know why she came to Whitewood?
It is not my habit to inquire into people's private business.
Would the fact that she was investigating witchcraft have antagonized anyone in the village?
Hardly. There have been other students here, you know. Besides, your sister was a very agreeable and likable young woman.
Well, have you any idea where she might have gone?
None.
Thank you. Now, may I see the room?
As you wish. It is this way. If you should need anything and I am not at the desk, you have only to ring the bell.
Thank you.
That is legit the Ghostbusters car. I didn't realise that was the brother. I thought the other guy was the brother. Leave now while you still can. He didn't even bother saying anything. Witches, you may remove your shoes. You may remove your wigs.
Hello.
I'm so glad you've come. I saw your car outside the Ravens Inn earlier. I wondered what had happened to you.
I've been talking with Mrs. Newless, and then I took a walk around the village.
Find out anything?
Everyone here seems to be afraid of something.
And you don't think it's just my imagination?
I don't know. Who's to say where imagination ends and truth begins? It's nothing tangible. It's just the way they look at you.
I felt it too.
May I see the
I don't trust her.
Yes, I put a marker between.
She lives there, and it's like she's never met these people before.
Just sit down, and I'll tell my grandfather you're here.
There's something afoot. The witches are what? Oh. Oh my god.
I warned you, Luffy.
They didn't have to do Lottie like that. She didn't say a word to anybody.
Grandfather, this is Mr. Barlow.
How do you do, sir?
God be with you.
And
Shall
also
we sit
with
where
you.
we'll be more comfortable? Here's your chair, Grandfather. You must be tired.
I am really tired. I have little strength left these days for the fight.
Won't you sit down? I'll make some coffee.
The fight against what, Mr. Russell?
Against the evil that besets this village. The people are creatures of the devil. They know no other god.
You mean they worship Satan here? Today?
Satanism was never
Today?
stronger than at
On
the
a
present
Friday?
time. For 200 years, the people of Whitewood have carried out rituals that mock the church's teaching.
I find it very hard to believe, sir.
Do not doubt, my son. It is real enough. For years I struggled against the witches. Their master took away my sight.
Seems incredible.
I have tried to convince others. They too found it unbelievable. But I know these people have a pact with the devil to worship him and do his works.
How has he survived then?
Return.
Is what I want to know.
Them eternal life.
Eternal life?
Aye. And to seal this bargain, they must sacrifice a young girl on 2 nights of the year.
When are these nights, sir?
Candlemas Eve and the witch's Sabbath.
Oh.
That's February the 1st.
How convenient.
When is the witch's Sabbath?
Tonight.
Now you know why I came to see you.
So now, how convenient. So they're going to get her,
So late.
even though she's lived in that village
arranged
her whole
coffee? I'd like
life.
to have a few words with Miss Newless again.
And she was never a likely source before.
Good night.
I'll see you to the door.
God be with us.
I have to remember it's a
Miss
film
Russell,
from the
Do you think
1960s.
that Nan's disappearance is connected in some way with these witches' ceremonies?
Yes.
Well,
I'd like to come back later, if I may.
Please do. And my name is Pat.
Oh, mine's Richard.
I think I feel better now you're here.
Well, I'm going to stay until I find out what's happened to Nan.
Take care. Now drink your coffee before it gets cold.
You must not see that young man again tonight.
Why?
Why not?
The devil comes in many disguises.
I'll get you a spoon.
Oh,
Father, there's a bird in the drawer. It's got an arrow through it.
Go and look on the front door.
Put it in the fire. Put it in the fire. Put.
It's a sprig of woodbine.
Shut the door. Shut the door quickly.
Grandfather, what does it mean?
Now listen, my darling. This is their sign. The witch's sign.
What can we do?
We must leave here. Leave here immediately.
How? You don't. How? Oh, she drives. She drives.
Stop the car.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Something's wrong.
What is she gonna do?
Barlow! Phone Barlow!
Hello? Hello? Hello, I want the Ravens Inn.
Yes, Mrs. Newless.
He's not here.
Mr. Barlow.
That for me?
Yes.
Hello?
Dick? Dick, I'm in terrible danger. We've got to leave Whitewood at once.
Danger? But from what?
We've got to leave...
Pat!
Please help me!
Patricia! Pat!
The devil's her granddad. Something like one. You can kick that door in, please. It's like 3 inches thick. If that.
Patricia! Mr. Russell, are you there?
What's happened, Mr. Russell?
The witches. The witches have Patricia. Destroy them.
Mr. Russell, how?
The shadow of the cross. Use the cross. I adjure thee, O creatures of salt, by the living God.
Why did they never... They've lived in that village the whole time. Why have they never gone from before?
Maitland!
Oh.
Maitland, what's
Oh.
happened?
Oh my god. Where is he taking him? What? Wait, I don't understand where you're taking him. Okay. Close the door!
Patricia!
Alan Driscoll. Who's Alan Driscoll? Who is Alan Driscoll?
Hello. Hello, operator?
Who is Alan Driscoll? I've missed something. Cowshed, are you still there? The corridor. Please tell me you've seen, oh God, what is the film? It's based in Paris. It's a horror film. It's called... As Above, So Below. Please tell me you've seen As Above, So Below. That is a great horror film. It's not scary in the sense that, like, you know, scary stuff. It's psychologically scary. Great horror film. Reminds me of this a little bit. Where are they pulling these torches out from every 2 minutes? Because all of a sudden they don't have no supplies and then they've got a torch.
Been waiting for you.
Oh dear.
Dick, these are the dead who killed Nan.
Barlow.
Oh my God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No more bullets. Come on, Pat. Come on, Pat. Oh, run! Run! Oh my God. They've only got hands. You can kick them, kick them, kick them. Come on, put up a fight, something. No roundhouse, no. She's just gonna lie there. He's not gonna kick nobody, he's not gonna... I can't. I can't do it. And what's he supposed to do? Crawl to what? Infinity?
Maitland! Get to a cross! A cross! A shadow of a cross!
In the shadow of the cross or something, wasn't it? Something to do with in the shadow of the cross.
Dick, he's moving.
Lift the cross!
The cross! He's lifting the cross! Come for the cross. Sorry, I'm getting carried away.
I'm journey by the living God.
Okay.
From the cross. Come nearer, Will. Get the shadow of him.
It comes nearer.
It comes nearer.
Not fail. We must finish the sacrifice.
Take that!
Wait. Wait for the hour of 13.
Oh, bless him. That must have been really hard to do though, the pyrotechnics in the 60s. I had to do a TV programme where I got set on fire.
You right?
And it's not easy to do now, let alone in the 1960s. Jesus. They use a lot of flammable liquids and it smells a lot, and somebody has to be on fire.
You stay here.
What is happening? Who is that? Skeleton. Who is that? Is that supposed to be the witch that got burnt at the stake? Oh, bless. Bless them. Bless their souls. Okay. We have come to the end of our stream. Thank you for sticking with me. If you've been with me from Tanimaniacs to the watch party. I'm not sure what we're going to do next week. We'll mix it up a bit, I guess. But it's definitely going to be arts and culture based. Underrepresented artist based. We do have the Kaching episode coming up. And the all-day stream for my birthday. Gang, 18th of June. If you're a performer and you want to stream... or you want to showcase a piece of your work or a song, or if you're a DJ and you want to do a set, hit me up and you can stream on the 18th of June. Thanks again to Luyanda and Safiyya for the amazing podcast that we did, and hopefully we'll do that again soon. We will do more watch parties of these awful movies because, you know, I like it now. I've got a thirst for it. Thanks again. I appreciate you all. Good night and God bless. We've still got 3 viewers and I've never raided anybody, so let's raid somebody. Let's see who we've got. Black Arrow Live? Let's do it. Thank you again for joining us. I appreciate you. Go put some love hearts on the raid. If you're on Twitch, if you're not on Twitch, you won't know what we're talking about. But if you're on Twitch, go put some love hearts. Thank you for the follow, designed alterations. Appreciate you.